hours later because I'm okay.
That parrot?
Some move.
You good? You okay?
I'm okay.
It's the tequila.
You okay?
Okay.
It sounded
Yeah.
like, you know the vine of the girl who comes out in the grocery store and there's like a rat on top of the stuff and she goes,
Yeah.
she makes the weird ass sound. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What was that? What happened?
I have my fidget spinner, so I was over here just balancing it on my finger, and then it attacked.
And then it's
No, it almost fell on my hand.
This is the
Oh my
most
God.
millennial D&D show that's ever existed.
I have
Like, on the face of the planet.
so much.
Oh
Fried
my
buttermilk.
God. I am gonna fucking rip out this fire alarm, I swear to God. There was one time it went off at 4 in the fucking morning, and it was on my floor, and I was like, I am too tired. I don't care. Like, goodbye.
Burn me.
I
Wait,
don't.
was that when I was still living with
Yeah,
you?
yeah, that was when you were still
Oh
here.
my
yeah.
God, I
You
remember
were
that. I
at
was
4.
terrified.
Yeah,
I
I
woke
didn't-
up and I was like trying to wake him up. I was like, Jay, is this normal? I was so afraid. I was like, and he's like, fine. He like got mad at me because I woke him up, and he's
Yeah.
like, fine, I'll go check and see. Like, I was like, are the cats okay? Like,
They're
it's
fine.
4 in the fucking
I
morning,
don't
man.
see. Oh wait.
It's gonna start up in like 2 seconds. You know that, right?
Pretty sure you said something about a Bunsen burner, but Bosco is talking back to the fireman. I just hear like your attention, please, and then Bosco. Meow! It's like,
My mixtape is fire. Like,
oh my. He's
What?
meowing back at the fire alarm. This cat, I swear to God, this cat was fed with a slingshot as a young boy. Like, such a dumb cat. Anyway, Brad, Connor, how was your con away from the con? How was your night together one
We
night?
had a wonderful night
Yeah.
of conning.
Conning.
It was that wonderful. I can't even remember it. So
It was called
I mean-
called Connor Con.
Connor con.
Con.
So you
Con-con.
visited inside of him. That's what you're saying?
I went to Connor.
Oh.
I went to Connor.
I went to
Cons.
ConnerCon.
You went to Con.
Yeah, I went to Connor Con.
Oh man.
What happens
Connor
at Connor
looks so
Con
cute.
stays at Connor Con, so we can't
Yeah, no.
actually talk about it.
No,
you know?
I totally understand. It's definitely private. You know, as broadcasters, we don't get a lot of privacy, so
I can't even remember it. So
we just
must
know
have been a good night.
inside
Yeah,
of
it was-
him.
I
That's
guess
all that
so.
we need to know.
I think
guess.
most nights with Brad end up with everyone not remembering how it went.
Well, to be fair, every gay
That makes me
interaction with
sound
Connor,
so
he
much worse
carried.
than you could imagine, really, doesn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's up. That sounded like a
I'm thinking
heinous accusation.
Coffee is delicious. I'm Brad.
That was a.
Brad, are you
realize
streaming from
I'm getting
inside of ConnerCon right now?
We're
My
live
new
from
setup.
ConnerCon.
Inside Con from inside Connor.
Inside
Connor
Con.
feels like a little rumble in his stomach. Like,
No wonder I have a pain in my ass.
Curly Gooch just fucking punching inside.
From inside Connor Con's colon. It's
it's Brad
Brad.
Roto.
It's Brad Roto.
Brad Broto.
Brad Proto.
Roto.
Roto.
We
You
have a pretty fucking good ship name, really.
Yeah,
Jay.
you need to get a toe emote now.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Make
need
yours
to
Wait,
we
so you
need
play
we need
footsies
to
together.
we need to
Yeah,
combine two of our emotes in some way and call it Broto.
we have the toes, right? I have
I
a
don't
toe.
have a
You,
toe.
you can make a toe.
Yeah,
Get
but
Steve to make you a toe.
I need to get a
Wait, I
slot.
want to be a pinky toe.
Brad, your tongue
need
needs
some-
to have
Or
a
the
pink
foot,
hat on
you
it.
guys.
Yeah,
you need
your
a pink hat,
Your toe needs a pink hat because mine's got long, luscious hair.
and
I
then
need
it'll
a-
look like a penis.
All right, in that case, I actually need to ask for subs for the first time in my entire life. Can you subscribe to my channel just so that we can get Broto? Thank you.
Brad Toe and Broto.
Yeah.
Roto.
honestly-
They need
Yeah,
to they need to
figure it
mix
out.
in a way, right? They need to be able
Yeah.
to look at each other or something. And,
Yeah.
or
Oh yeah. So
interact.
yours faces
Well, they
me.
should do they should do like eye beams at each other, so
Oh
that when
my
you put
God.
them next to each other, they do like
They do an explosion.
a thing. Yeah, they make
that's
one.
A spirit bomb.
Or
Yeah.
just a nice
What
little.
we can do? We can just do two little fingers poking out, and then we do that. Yeah.
And like
Oh,
a Kamehameha Gallic
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
meeting thing.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking dope.
Just Just two little
Subscribe
fingers.
to Bradwater and Brotatoe so that we can get these new emotes. Thank you.
Oh
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll get a toe for everyone on the Ilios cast, and we'll just have a foot, but it's like a really deranged foot 'cause it's got one extra toe. Like
One extra pinky toe.
the
sellout is hard.
5-toed foot. That's what Gooch has, is 6 toes.
Yeah, it's
All
a green.
goblins.
It's a little green goblin.
She's a green
It's a little
goblin
It
toe.
bonus.
has like a hooked toe.
Bonus toe.
Yeah, it's actually a wart, but
like a velociraptor.
It's a wart, but it's grown out a little bit.
yeah.
So you don't know, but it's just a bump. Like,
Oh.
I feel like we should all have little toe emotes, but all in different lengths. And then when people use them, they can like get crazy with them and be like, you know what?
Make
The
up-
second toe shorter than the third toe.
yours would all be short, and then Connor's would just be a really big toe.
Yeah,
It's really big.
To match your entire party.
just a giant colon-shaped toe.
Yeah, because everybody that comes into the chat now that realizes that like you're all gnomes and he's a fucking barbarian, Goliath barbarian, they're like, wow, this is a hilarious sight to behold. Like,
Yeah, it's the best thing.
It's a sitcom. It's a sitcom setting.
It was one of my main selling points for playing Captain Warbuckler as opposed to the Tiefling Paladin I had almost envisioned. I was like, I can't play a Tiefling. That'd be a normal sized thing. That sucks. I have to be a small creature.
you have to be small men.
So I went with gnome. Yeah, there is no way
I
we
would
can allow
love
it.
to see fan art for our entire group. That would be
I can't
great.
wait. I can't wait
Just-
until the first piece
just
of fan
like-
art comes in.
The crew, yeah, squad.
Yeah, it's
Of
like,
the crew,
like
the
those
whole crew
pictures-
itself, yeah.
You know those pictures in like our elementary school books that like this is how big you would be to a dinosaur. That's the whole thing. It's like just 4 black silhouettes and then 1 large Goliath.
Yeah,
Like,
Make it. It's a shirt. Sell it.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
done.
it's the
I
selling
kind of want
point
to draw that now, actually.
where
Where's my sketchbook?
your group is literally
God damn it, last time you
like,
drew something.
yeah.
It was
Your-
gay.
It was gay.
Your group
And
is
this is
camel-
going to be gay too.
Oh,
Everything I draw is gay. That's just a rule of
it's
thumb.
all,
It
it's all
happens.
gay.
It's in my sketchbook. It's gay.
All right. So let's
This drawing is gay. I'm sorry.
let's
Oh.
start it off. Let's start it off. Inside-
God, I was having fun.
Live from ConnorCon,
Live from ConnorCon.
inside of Connor's asshole.
Fine.
Ilios resides in Connor's dilapidated asshole.
This universe is all of a sudden just.
Is that why the sky's been kind of like purple? Like,
Yeah. It's got something going.
bruised,
It's all that.
like-
It's all that.
I don't-
Jimmy and
like-
Dean
I know
and
some people
Nando's.
bleed purple, but I don't shit purple. Okay, that's not a thing.
That's the new
Pixar,
question.
we didn't know it happened.
How loyal are you?
I do not want to
to
receive
purple?
pics of Connor's poops.
I do.
Just straight up.
I do. I want to know. I
Okay,
want him to
well,
put it on ilios'sratemypoop.com.
Yeah.
Anyways, so.
Oh, what, you
to
didn't know about
recap-
our subsidiary?
To recap where we left off, let's get some good music going
Oh,
here.
Jesus
to fit the mood.
Christ.
To fit the mood.
Don't know how I
God.
feel about this.
Are you ready?
No. The answer is no.
I'm not actually no.
2
Legitimately
weeks
not.
ago.
DJ Khaled.
Oh, Christ.
We the best.
The
We the
DM
best.
The DM don't want us to win, but we gonna win.
We're gonna win. You gotta make it. To make it in this industry, you gotta make it. That's the whole point. You take a
Okay.
grain of sand and you put it in your eyes, and then you can see clearer than you've ever seen before because you use sand to clean. Like sandpaper, you'll see the end, you'll see the victory. You just gotta clean your eyes out. DJ Khaled.
Slightly British DJ Khaled.
Slightly British DJ Khaled.
Another one.
So,
Another one.
Drop
where
it.
we left
All right.
off
Okay. Okay.
2 weeks ago.
done.
Christ.
Because it has been 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You all came out of the crypts dedicated to most of the noble houses and families in Ilios in the Western District here, chasing your son Naira, chasing your son Gooch, who was kidnapped by Kaylee Aldwin. You found out from a man called the Painter. Chasing and pursuing, eventually getting outside of the crypt. Garthus, you came in contact with a hammer. You all received some loot after killing the big knight that was guarding Gooch and Kaylee, but just slipping her slipping by just that brief moment, closing off a tunnel, forced you outside of the crypts in a different entrance and put you in a unfamiliar place in the Western District. And as you Garthus, you left, the lightning struck down striking the hammer as you held it out, seemingly activated by being out in the fresh air, and knocked you all unconscious. And later on that night, you all had various visions. You, Naira, and Ethel, 2 visions from your deities of choice, Malil and Myliki, kind of crept into your visions and your dreams late at night, while Garthus was in another room, speaking to his hammer, who identified herself as Kira. The hammer that Bigglesby identified has somewhat of a heartbeat. And you all later found out through Garthus that it was a living weapon, a sentient weapon named Kira, who she identified herself to you, Garthus, as a Blade of the Tempest, if I'm not mistaken. Paying homage to Talos, the god of destruction, essentially. A god that's hell-bent on reforming the world and destroying it, and his followers cause destruction wherever they go. She led you to the Temple of Talos in the city, the southwestern section of the Western District. You all stood outside of the temple while Garthus walked in with Ward Buckler close behind, and you, Garthus, were met in this kind of incandescent temple. We're met with a sight of one singular man of like middle age, chained to a dais of 3 lightning bolts of different colors, made of different jewels: sapphire, topaz, and ruby. And the storm started to rage outside as you walked up to the altar. As a priest of Talos kind of exited the altar and let you stand there, you were told by Kira to strike the altar in a ritual that's known as calling down the thunder. You hesitated for a moment, and then hesitated for another moment as he stared at you with just eyes kind of thick with want and greed of some kind of whatever would come. Unbeknownst to you, whatever would happen when you struck the altar with the hammer, he was egging you, urging you, yelling at you to do it. And you paused, and then paused again, until Kira got frustrated, and through sheer force of will, forced you to raise your hands up yet again above your head in a motion to strike the hammer down on this altar. She's told you that Talos, her patron god, just wants to witness the ascendance of one that you know as Kaylee Aldwin, and to bring him into this primaterial plane here, on Ilios. This ritual had to be completed. So, the scene currently, we have Garthus standing in front of the altar here, hammer raised above his head. You get the feeling, Garthus, that she could have forced you to slam down the hammer, but instead wants you to do it yourself. As outside, the storm rages on. The wind, the thunder, the crashing of a glass somewhere off in the distance. We're met with the sight of Garthus holding the hammer above his head, while you 3 are kind of enclosed or closed out of the temple currently. The 15-foot tall doors slammed shut by an unseen force as Garthus and Ward Buckler entered. Currently a semicircle of Talos worshippers standing outside in the rain, lightning and thunder kind of crashing and rolling through the skies, setting you probably at a little bit of unease in the air as the worshippers looked devout and stood as if nothing could be better. Slow chants and hymns among them, almost in unison, as they have their arms around each other's soldiers. What are you 3 doing outside?
Panic basket. Panic basket. Oh man. Oh man, this isn't good.
Fire, this would be the time for fire. Is there anyone blocking the door, or are they just closed? Are they like?
No, it's just closed. There were a couple of guards that were standing off to the side, but nothing is blocking your entrance.
I guess when the doors kind of slam shut, I'm gonna make my way up to it still and see if I can just push them open. And if I can't, I'm gonna start frustrated, like just full on frustratingly, just try and shove them, like almost like a frustrated child.
Okay. Give me a quick strength check.
Oh, with
the
pleasure.
door open.
Gotta open those again.
I'm a god.
Wow.
One off. One off. As you can see Bigglesby go, and as he's pushing on the maybe the one section of the door, not both at the same time, you can kind of hear as it cracks open just a small bit, but pushing further, it's almost as if there is a massive force just blocking it from the other side. And from the inside, you can hear the small like chants of "Do it, do it, do it" from everybody in the room, and the one man on the dais yelling at Garthus. You can hear some cackles and some brief like muffled screaming, kind of in a rushed like frantic sense, even though you can't fully hear the words. But as the door cracks a little bit, the sound is less muffled now.
Oh man.
I think, was I on top of was I on the chapel itself? On the building looking in?
I don't.
So we were at the door.
You're thinking of the RP session.
Oh my god, I'm like mixing my
You're
D&D
mixing RPGs, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to I'm gonna try to like go around the perimeter of the building and see if there's anything like any other way in.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check. Okay. As you like
Natural
quickly
20, man.
look around the right and the left side, you see on the right side there is a small, like, somewhat unfinished section of the back of the temple, where there's scaffolds that lead up to the top of the roof. But aside from that, you can't really tell like if on the roof there is a way in. Whatever happens up there, you're not high enough to see.
But does it look like there's any kind of like possibility that it's a way in?
I mean, you wouldn't have seen that. I'd say no. Even on a nat 20, you're still, you can't see above a 30-foot tall temple.
Well, shit.
You have to physically get up there and investigate.
In the rain too.
I'm gonna throw my body into the door.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Where is, there it is, strength. Oh, that's a saving throw. My bad.
Yeah, right next to it.
To the left of them.
Yeah, it's the big numbers. Just
the
click
big
the
number.
strength. Yeah, there you go.
No, just after he like gets the crack open and you see Naira flit off, Ethel comes in right behind you and kind of like rams into the door, and it's just a flat thump. It doesn't even budge it at all.
Ethel bounces off.
Well, there's like a little bit of like you're shocked for a moment and kind of ricochet off, but you can catch your footing well enough. It's not gonna. Thankfully, there is a canopy that kind of rests over the stairway here, so there's no rain coming down on you right now, but it's a couple feet away. It's just pouring, almost to the point where there's no visibility. But as you look into the crowd, you can still see down the steps, kind of surrounding the temple, are the men and women in white robes.
Shit. Bigglesby, Ethel, do we have any way to get on top of this building? We need to get in.
I'm thinking.
Still furiously like pushing against the door. Just got this, and just constantly trying to berate it either with my shoulder or something like that. Just trying to get in.
Can we burn the door? Is there anything we can do to get in?
Yeah, what is the door made out of? Is it like
Metal.
a metal?
Yeah, pure iron. It's a like a 15-foot tall iron door with like these really intricate brass like knockers built in, about an unreasonable height up, right, about 10 feet up, and all throughout it are these like this mosaic of different Talos worshippers and some destruction that has been caused in the past. You can see like tempests starting and tsunamis in one corner, and then a raging pillar of fire somewhere else. To like the regular eye, it's beautiful, but it is solid iron.
All right, can I just knock on the door? Maybe somebody will open on the other side.
Yeah, you just quickly, and there's
Hello?
no response.
Oh.
If anything, you'd guess that maybe with the rain and the thunder and the chanting inside, it wouldn't even be heard.
Okay, I'm gonna look for a window and see if I can throw a rock through it.
Okay. There's plenty of like stained glass windows, like probably about 5 feet off the ground, and each of them depict kind of the same thing as the door. They seem to all tell a story of Talos coming to power and some brief moments in his life, companions that he's held, other lords of the Tempest, like Kira. You're just gonna pick up a rock and throw it through?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the biggest rock I can throw properly and just throw it through the window.
Okay. Give me a dex check. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Take the rock, and I guess you guys are still at the door, pushing, and amidst the humming and the singing and chanting, you just hear a as Garth is behind you. There's just a window that shatters completely, and as the window shatters, you can feel Kira almost flinch, and the room almost seems to darken a little bit more, as if with this almost barrier broken, the sunlight and any kind of light in the room, the sunlight coming through, the little bit that it is leaking through the clouds, just seems to like almost vanish, and you're left with near darkness in the middle of day. The temple, the torches all seem to flicker and dim a small moment, and then they seem to stay there.
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What are you doing, real quick?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm gonna try to like climb in through the window, like knock the glass so I don't cut myself.
Yeah.
And
all right.
call over to the others.
Shatter, I'm running over to her right now.
So we'll say for the sake of it, you guys quickly climb up on the windowsill. It's a pretty large windowsill for you three. Being halflings and a gnome, it's I'd say that the sill itself is probably like the size of your torso. So you can see
one just kind of lifting him up.
Yeah. Instead of you can peek in, you can look in. There's about a decent drop. It seems to be about a 10-foot drop on the outside. It's a 5-foot high sill, but it seems like the temple actually dips down, and directly below you, you can now hear like the chanting of "Do it, do it, do it" from the entire section of pews. Just kind of a cacophony of voices that all seem within perfect unison. And you can see Garthus standing there at the altar, Captain Wardbuckler standing right behind him, almost hand like outstretched on him, and holding his shield. Seems to be ready for something, as Garthus just has the hammer above him. Garthus. Again, the hammer raised above your head. You can feel this overwhelming need and urge to strike the altar, to slam it down and serve this purpose through the sheer force of will of this weapon. But she has given you almost the break to set the move in motion, and ultimately you get the sense it falls on you. But in your mind, you can hear it. God, this. Bring it down. Bring him to us.
Arthur has his eyes closed. He's like, right. It's been 5 seconds and it's felt like 2 weeks. And that can be a long time for some people.
But a second for God. you hear it, Garthus? Do you...
Well, I hear the hundreds of people just like watching it, waiting for me to do something.
Do you hear him watching?
Who?
As she says him, the of lightning just kind of strikes the building, like almost behind you guys on the sill, and it rattles the entire building. It shakes it almost to its core. And almost your thoughts almost interrupted by the man on the dais against. Do it! Bring him!
I'm gonna turn to him. Arm still in the air.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna die, right?
Just no response. Just...
Then I grab him by the neck and shove him onto the altar.
He's about 10 feet away from you, so you'd have to step over the altar to do it. It's chained. The dais is about, or dais, whatever the fuck you say it is, about 10 feet away. He's propped up about 5 to 10 feet up it. Like these are lightning bolts spiraling, kind of almost twisting of sapphire, ruby, and topaz, respectively. Sapphire, ruby, topaz, and he is chained to the ruby one, about 5 feet up it.
In my mind, I'm going to speak to Kiara. Any chance I can get him down? Just, have him nearby.
If you strike the altar, this is where he must burn. And you almost like feel yourself like compelled to look up. Do you look up? As your gaze like travels upwards, you can see the small bit of rain coming through. It is coming through because of the perfect circle directly above him and the dais. The mosaic of stained glass that is in a dome shape, showing kind of the birth and quote unquote death, which is the ascension of Talos, goes in a clockwise manner, but directly in the middle, it all seems to like fork up and combine into this circle in the middle, where the sky is opened, and you can see the clouds kind of rumbling and swirling around it. Not purple this time, but swirling.
Eyes closed once again. And he opens them up. If you betray me, I'm coming for you. And he hits the altar.
Oh, shit. Oh,
right.
no.
As,
Oh, God.
as you all watch.
As his eyes open up,
Yeah,
because I'm still raging,
yeah.
just like a flame in the eye as he does it.
You three and Ward, you watch as Garthus brings down this hammer. Give me a strength check real quick.
I'm waiting for the nat one. Damn it.
Wait, I'm raging, so I get advantage. No.
You have advantage. Yeah. So you see him bring down this hammer with not as much force as he's ever exerted on anyone else, but you bring it down, and there's a moment of resistance as you half arc and you push past it even further. You can see Ward right next to him. His muscles are bulging, veiny, and just kind of bulbous from his arms. You can see the sweat starting to drip and almost like blood coming from his nose for a brief moment until it starts into a downpour as you strike the altar. Immediately, the sky's clear. The tempest that was raging above you stops. The entire room falls silent as the hammer finally completes its arc, and you're just met with a ting as the hammer bounces almost effortlessly off. Nothing seems to happen. You can see the priest on the dais. And as he laughs, the tempest immediately reforms. and a cloud starts to descend quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker as it finally crashes down into him and sets him ablaze. The 3 separate arcs of lightning, they as they strike the 3 bolts of lightning that he's chained to, immolating. As he stands there and there's no screams of pain. There are no rabid movements. He seems unmoving. And roll me a perception check real quick.
Who?
You, Garthus. The hammer feels lighter in your hands. Drained. You no longer feel the tingling, rattling sensation, the electrifying current through your hand as you hold it. The storm still continues to rage, and the fire is kind of he's now completely immolated and conflagrated, and the little droplets of water seem to like just little puffs of steam off of his body as the rest of the clergy in the room stand up and begin to just exit the temple. None speak a word to you. None look at you. They just leave.
The guy is dead, exploded, and on fire.
Currently,
Smoldering.
as he's starting to smolder. You can see like the bits of flesh melting off, and parts of his bones start to blacken and char on his face, where the chain is wrapped. You can see the electrocution and the fire just kind of completely singed his throat, and any part where the chain touched seemed to have electrocuted him even more, straight down to the bone, where the bone is just charred and blackened, and the fire continues to rage for a couple of moments until all that's left is a blackened skeleton that slowly starts to crumble to ash and dust as he falls away and just withers away.
In my mind, I'm gonna try talking to the hammer.
Okay, what do you say?
Are you happy?
No response.
I'm gonna walk over to the body. I'm gonna hold the hammer so that the head of it is facing downwards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna pummel the ash.
Okay. Yeah, you all see Garthus kind of just walk up and start to just literally beat shit out of the stone like raised dais, and you see the kind of tremors from the resounding hits. They seem to like crack the stone and start to leave imprints, and the ash wears away, but he keeps on slamming and slamming and slamming until you've made at least like a 2 to 3 inch dent in this solid marble.
Is there any priest still nearby?
There's a couple that are still exiting. It seems like the front pews have gone, and then they all seem to be following in a procession. The 2 that were standing next to you at the altar, they're currently standing watching you, and turning to leave.
Are we still sitting there watching?
You guys are still on the windowsill, yeah. I'd say like as you look back at the priest, you can see your 3 companions and Ward, 3 companions back on the windowsill, and Ward. What's like kind of the blank emotion going on right now?
Confusion.
Yeah.
Just a glare.
Pretty angry.
Flat face, just flat face.
Just like incredulous, I guess.
Is it obvious what happened, or is it as confusing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you saw him strike the altar, and although there was the pause, it almost seemed as if it all kind of sucked back up and then shot down and completely immolated him.
As in, for what purpose though?
It doesn't seem to be clear. It was just to sacrifice him, apparently. You can roll me a religion check if you'd like. If you guys know anything about
While Steve does that, Garthus will run over to one of the priests that was nearby and grab them.
Okay. Just real quick, you guys, there's been 1 or 2 ceremonies like this that have failed in the city in recent years. It's a ritual called calling down the thunder, that Talos worshippers, they sacrifice an intelligent being. These ones at this church try to sacrifice their own members and not just like something that they've found that's intelligent. It's usually high like clergymen in the order that will sacrifice themselves to Talos. And you run up, you grab one of the priests as he goes to turn it. Oh, yes.
What happened?
We do not know. It's never worked.
What do you mean you don't know?
We do not know what comes next. But he's with us. He's here.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't pummel your face.
He would want that.
I spin him around and give him a wedgie.
Ah! He's like, you've got him like
super
up off the ground.
atomic wedgie.
He's no, he would not want this. He would not want this. You can just like it's like half of a loincloth. Like at some point it just like completely unfurls and he just like flops onto the ground face first. You can hear his nose crack as he lands face first on it.
I'm just gonna like put my knee on the back of his neck. You're gonna tell me everything.
We don't know.
I put a little pressure on it.
Everything. We don't know. It's never worked. It's never worked. But you made it work with Kira.
Yeah, she's gone. Ironically. I grind his face into the concrete.
He just continues to laugh.
Can I try and drag Garthus back a little bit, or like put a hand on him?
Yeah, are you resisting or?
No.
I'm not really like trying to pull him back because he's enormous,
just...
but I'm like tugging on him to get his attention. Do you mind telling me what happened there?
She said. What was her name again?
Kira. Oh,
No,
Kaylee.
no.
Kaylee Altwind.
Sorry, immersion ruined.
Nope.
My immersion.
She said Kaylee was going to like ascend. Now she's gone. Out of the hammer.
Well, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Never know with these types. I'll give the little guy on the ground a little jab with my toe. Not hard, just to poke him. Sometimes this blood magic works and all sorts of nasties come crawling up out of the ground, and sometimes they kill people and nothing happens.
I know what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna kill them all.
Not sure that's a wise course of action.
Kira, Kaylee, all of them!
First you'll have to find them.
If there's some new god ascending, I will rip the very bones out of her body.
I'm not sure there's going to be a god ascending. I'm sure it's just some hodgepodge, hocus pocus that these religious types have concocted and cooked up. Gotten yourself worked up all over a hammer and a strike of lightning and a fireball.
No. Feels different.
Well, perhaps we should try and find your friend Kaylee, since we're on the hunt for her anyway. I'm sure your friends would oblige.
At that point, Garthus kind of falls to his knees as the rage wears off.
What are you three doing?
I'm gonna hop down from the window and run over to Garthus.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say
some water or something.
I won't make you do a check for it. It's pretty high up, but you guys can find a way to quickly jump
I'm
down.
jumping outside, not inside.
Okay, yeah. So quick, scramble around, run back in. And at this point, like they've opened up
Yeah.
the doors. You can.
Yeah, they've
Got it.
opened up the doors.
you're not
Yeah, we'll
going in?
just run
Nope,
over.
I'm standing probably by the front gate or something like that, just
Okay.
kind of assessing just everything.
Naira and Ethel, you guys are coming in.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stand by the door. I don't want to go in there.
Okay, Naira, you're running in.
I'm running in. Yeah.
Okay, you immediately. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So as you fall to the knees, like Naira, kind of, you can hear the pitter patter of her footsteps as she runs up behind you, Ward, and in front of you, Garthus.
Yeah, dear. Take some water. Are you all right? Garthus.
I'm gonna kill them all.
Well, we can kill them all and find Gooch, and you'll be all
Kaylee
right.
has Gooch,
I know, dear.
but she's also ascending.
Well, we'll keep her from that, hopefully. Unless it's already happened.
I think I just made it begin.
Well, if there's anything I learned from having 300 rascally dwarven children, it's that everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes we just have to move on and take the right path towards fixing it. And
I'm sorry.
I just put my arms around Garthus as much as my little arms can.
You know, there's part of me. They're held back. They don't want to do it. Then there's this other part of me. Wanting to see it happen, wanting to see what would happen. Temptation just took over. You know how I am for rage. I really don't know what happens during rage.
We know, dear. And I see the priest that he's still stepping on or kneeling on, kind of give him a little shove with my foot.
Yeah, I think at this point he's passed out completely. Probably laughed himself,
fuck.
laughed himself unconscious.
Well, the more he laughs, Garthus kind of just digs the knee back in harder and harder.
Yeah, I think at some point there he just passed out completely. Kind of like blood mixing in with just marble and concrete and stone, and he just eventually still gushing blood from his nose. And I mean, like at this point too, like you would see Garthus looks very I'd say withered. Say at this point you probably have 1 point of exhaustion just from the exertion of that. There's a little bit of now like slowly starting to dry blood. You can see the one nostril's like kind of coagulated at the edge. Just blood kind of leaking down his chest.
Take like a little bit of my tunic, I guess, and just kind of wipe it from his face and say, "You might want to get up off of this fucker. We don't want to kill him yet. We do need to find where that bitch Kaylee Allwind is."
Yeah. Well, there's more of them.
Well, we'll deal with them when we get there. Let's get you cleaned up, some food, and we'll regroup with the others and find out what happened.
How light does the hammer feel?
Like
in comparison to what I'm used to.
I'd say it just feels like a pound lighter. Like just the symbol is still there, glowing, little faintly, but it's still there. Doesn't seem like any thing has changed too much about the hammer, but it feels a tad lighter, as if, you know, whatever was inside curled up and kind of compressed a small amount.
It's the hammer.
Feels lighter.
Did you get stronger? All of a sudden.
I wish. No. She's not responding.
The voice that was talking to you. Where is
Yeah.
she?
I don't know.
I'd kind of look back at Ward. A slight look of panic in my eyes.
I just shrug. I don't know what's going on.
We might need to go ask someone about this.
I need to try something.
Okay, before you do anything else, you need to rest. You look like death.
Just one last thing. I stand up and I walk over to the ashes.
Mm.
I'm gonna try Call of Thunder on the ashes.
Okay. How's it look?
I'm gonna go into another rage,
Okay.
Jeez.
thinking about thinking about the last words I said.
Yeah.
Saying like, if you betray me, I'll come for you.
Mm-hmm.
And just letting that sink in and fueling the flame inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grip on the handle gets tighter and tighter. Just with like a blood curling, like just screech of rage. Just one swing down.
What aspect do you want to call?
Fire.
Okay. So you guys watch as he lets out this bestial roar. The hammer comes down and slams again, probably in the same spot that it was before. And there's a brief moment where it stays impacted in the ground, and then a small rumbling yet again as you see a small cloud form, and a red bolt yet again, just like you saw hit Ethel. Calls down from the sky, arcs off the hammer, and directs into the ruby bolt. You can see it briefly, like kind of sheathed in flame as it kind of spirals up and then reaches the tip and is exhausted.
Still works.
Are you sure you're not the Ascended one?
What?
The Ascended, they were just talking about...
No. Kira said Kaylee was going to ascend.
Then how'd...
He's got himself a magic toy. I throw my sword across the room.
Yeah.
And then I do weapon bond to call it back.
Yeah. You see a sword and then immediately comes right back. Almost materializes, but you can see the movement start to happen, and then it fizzles out halfway through and it's just right back in his hand.
It's like you've never seen magic before. Come. Little bit of magic here, a little bit of death there. Something's going on. I'm sure there's no Ascended one.
Sorry, I don't see many magical weapons growing up and teaching children.
Wizards
Can't
and
have those.
warlocks always playing and messing with things greater than themselves. I flash a look over at the window. He's a fucking sorcerer. And then I take out of my pocket a clam.
Yeah.
A little clam. I hand it to Garthus.
Cheers.
That is my old friend Mallodrad.
It's a clam, right?
Well, he used to be a human and a fellow guard.
Can I get, insight check to see if it, true?
Go ahead, roll me an insight check. I mean, you've never heard of a human becoming a clam before. He could be an old senile bastard. He's like a 400-year-old gnome standing in front of you. The clam is probably it's like the edges have started to collect some weird rot going on where they it flays off a little bit. It's kind of like a bad sunburn, how it starts to flake and peel. It seems to be a pretty old clam.
I'm gonna shake it in my hand to see if there's any anything inside.
I assure you, he's alive. Be very, very careful with those giant hands.
I slowly kind of twist it side to side to make it rattle.
Yeah, you hear a tick, 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 with each.
You know something's inside there, bro.
Yeah, well, clams make pearls, and Malodrad's been working on one for 100 or so years. Come, give him back.
What if that... I give it back to him, but... What if that pearl is like a magical item?
Maladrad wasn't much of a magical type. That's how he ended up a clam. He messed around with forces greater than himself. Walked into a strange old wizard's house, got himself caught up in God knows what business, and ended up a clam.
Well, what if he's actually the pearl inside?
Nope.
What if he wants to get out of the clam?
He is
You
the
should
clam.
free him from the clam.
He's not in the clam. He is the clam. It's a spell.
No. Open the clam.
I'm quite sure that would kill my old friend Maladrad the clam.
What if he's the pearl? He
He's
wants
not
to
the
get
pearl.
out.
No, he's not the pearl. He's the clam. He was a human, and he was polymorphed into a clam by a wizard.
Wait. What if the polymorph had an entrapment, trapped him in a clam, made him the pearl?
You're not listening
magic.
to me, Goliath. What I'm saying is, one day, you might walk into something greater than yourself and end up turned into a clam or worse. She's never seen a magical item. You've wandered in with a hammer and killed a man. And none of us know what's going on. I've seen it once before. My friend ended up a clam, and I took a school in wizardry. As a result.
What do you think about killing the god then?
I don't think you're going to kill a god. I think these priests are up to no good, and I think they're messing with magics. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. Before you get turned into a clam, or a dog, or a goblin.
Yeah, speaking of goblin, gotta find one.
We have a job to do, and all roads lead to Cayley Aldwyn, so perhaps we should start down the path.
I'm gonna shout out to Bigglesby. Bigglesby!
Still by the front gate.
Yeah.
I think he's outside, dear.
You'd still hear it. Depending on are you down the stairs? Or are you just outside the door?
I'm down the stairs,
Okay.
basically where the front gate would be for the.
You can kind of you can't hear the whole thing, but you
I don't
can
know how
hear
loud the town would be and everything like that right now.
Yeah, I think right now there's a general hustle and bustle outside. There's a couple of the guards that you had spoken to before are standing tentatively in the courtyard. A couple more have joined them. There's about 6 or 7 right now, and they're all just kind of you see a couple of them have their hands on their weapons, but 1 or 2 are just leaning up against a wall, just watching some of the clerics and priests shuffle out. But you do hear the trailing Igglesby, the Y is the loudest part, and then
No response. I'm deep in thought, just all scenarios in my head right now, like what just happened and what could happen now.
So, what are you all doing?
I'm walking out.
Okay.
I see him walking out, and I'm gonna just follow him.
I leave my sword inside and walk out.
Okay.
And when
I
I
pick up
get
his
when
sword.
when I get outside, I look at Naira, and then summon the sword back to my hand.
See him turn around and you hear as he has it in his hand again.
I just flip him off.
I laugh as I
kinda
walk
flexing it.
away down the steps.
I like nudge Nair. Reckon I could do that.
Whatever you want, dear. You have a magic hammer or something. Too much
Not
for
today.
me.
Oh gosh, where do we go from here, guys?
My nose also stops glowing because that spell wears off.
Oh my god, I forgot about the fucking
Oh
glowing.
my god.
A little light bulb nose.
Oh, Jesus
Rudolph
Christ.
over
You
here.
were Rudolph. You were Rudolph, and I completely forgot. I am so.
It's only that spell, protection from evil and good, causes my nose to light up a little bit, as if there's a little light on the little LED on the inside of it.
Unbelievable.
So, you all stand in the courtyard now. The sky seems clear enough, not blue clear, but the clouds start to lazily kind of roll by again. Almost as if, and if you guys were outside and you had seen this for a moment, it'd be like one of those time lapses where you see the clouds just kind of like scrolling by over and over again. It was kind of the general premise of what was happening in the sky, albeit in the middle, right above the temple, there was the slow, kind of tumultuous turning and spinning. And it's now kind of subsided. Again, like I said, lazily rolling by, still darkened, and off in the distance, stretching across the desert plain now, you can see some of the clouds starting to light up and rumble again as they pick up pace and kind of come together a little more, and starts to rain out there. But the general crowd around you seems very disturbed. There's a lot of people kind of hushedly whispering to each other. A lot of the clerics and priests that were in the temple have now started to filter out, and some of them are taking off their robes, folding them up and putting them in a pack, and rejoining like everyday people. Some of them have opted to stay in and are just kind of like sitting around the fountain talking to each other. And you can see like brief flashes of white in the crowd as they all disperse and go down their respective alleyways or roads back to their houses, whatever have you. The semicircle by now is now broken. A couple of those members like remain and linger, and again they're the guards kind of in the middle where the semicircle was next to the fountain, but seems like they've generally just kind of let it slide, and whether through lack of understanding or lack of caring, it seems like everyone, they're satisfied, the peace is kept, nothing is fucked up, and they're not about to get in the way of 300 people in a temple doing what they're doing. So as you guys all stand outside, Garth is looking a little worse for wear. Bigglesby, do you rejoin them by now? They've kind of
If they're walking outside, I'll be walking with them and everything like that.
Bigglesby
Deep in thought, but
rejoins you. Looks like he's got something on his mind, and a couple of you also lost in thought or just walking in silence. What do you want to do?
I like when he joins us, I place my hand on his shoulder. Just gonna pat him.
Still nothing.
I'm gonna climb up on Garthus. I'm gonna climb up and ride his shoulders.
Okay.
My legs hurt.
Her up.
I guess, like, where are we going next?
What do we know?
We need to...
The garden.
The garden?
The meadow.
Garden.
What you guys saw.
The clearing. Ethel, should we find that?
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good idea. As I'm licking my hands and smoothing Garthus's hair, because he looks like a hot mess right now, just up here.
Where would we go? Where?
I mean, do we stop and ask for directions, or do we know?
Oh yeah, actually, did we find out last time if we kind of knew the general area where that was? I thought we did.
Yeah. Yeah, you were. I can't remember how you guys came to the conclusion, whether if it was you were told or, but in the clearing in both of your dreams, you could see the kind of half-built temple to Myliki across the river, growing out of the canopy of the forest. So you could assume. I won't make you roll an intelligence check for it. You can assume that it would be on the other side, like the northwestern forest.
Okay.
Which
Well,
is
the temple to Myliki. That's our main point there that we need to go to, and then we'll maybe ask for directions from the temple patrons and go and find that clearing.
I spin on them all and hit my shield with my sword to make a clanging noise.
We're all supposed to follow your dreams as a clue. That's how you conduct your investigations.
I'm sorry, do you have something better, old man?
Well, if we followed my dreams, we'd end up in a whole new dimension in another world with... forget that. We shouldn't be listening to your dreams. We should find out where this woman lives. Go to her house.
We know where she lives. We know we've been to Kaylee Aldwin's house.
I stumble backwards, using my shield to stabilize myself.
Are you telling me that we're wandering around the city following your dream after dream after dream to try and find this woman who's kidnapped your son and caused him to lose his whatever Goliath-type mind Goliaths have? Give him a strange look. You're following your dreams as a clue, and you know where this woman lives. Why don't we go and see her at her house? We'll go and kick down the door, Goliath, and you can strangle her in her bed while she sleeps.
Do you think...
Before she ascends to this all-powerful god.
Do you really think that's a good idea after everything that Garthus has been through?
Oh, well, why don't we just follow our dreams?
I'm going to grab the nearest man, drag him into me.
What did you dream about last night?
Sir, pork.
Pork. Right, let's find the nearest pork vendor. Where's the nearest pork vendor?
Right, I'm kind of hungry.
Is the nearest pork vendor's name Kaylee by any chance?
No.
Well, no, I'm sure it is.
It's
No. Oh, trust me. It's the best clue we've got to work on. Let's just hop to it. Heave ho.
He looks at all of you like.
At that point, I grab Ward and just like, all right, let him go. But I agree with the Kaylee part. No pork. We don't need.
I'm like wandering around gruffly. Probably need some sort of heart medicine.
I'm just kind of like holding on by like the back of his collar, just holding it back, just kind of like preventing him from moving too far.
The man that he pulled over kind of like walks up to the three of you and it's like, if you need someone, my brother runs a home.
I'm sorry, he is.
I don't need a home.
He's my relative's grandfather. He's quite old. We are simply taking care of him for the day.
If the burden ever becomes too much, it's a fair price.
Thank you.
Is this guy a priest?
No, he just looks like a regular guy, kind of like scruff tunic, couple buttons unbuttoned. Looks like a working man.
I'd like to inquire on the pricing.
5 gold a month.
5 gold a month.
Five
That's
a month.
a damn good deal.
Comes with a bed and meals, and there's a caretaker for him. And
I don't need a peasant to wash my ass. I can put on my own shoes. It might take me a little longer than it used to, and I don't need you to be gone. Get out.
Like again, listen, this is natural. We call this a stage 2, and once it reaches stage 4, you're fucked. I'd suggest within the next year, maybe in a home. They do get quite, when they're older, they get irritable, right? The most important thing is to be there for them, though. Don't make them feel like they're wrong.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're very kind. We will take care of him and keep a closer eye on him. I'm very sorry to have troubled you.
I'll be in touch.
Ethel.
What? 5 gold's a really good deal.
Yes, thank you. It's quite right. We like it. We're in the Eastern District. Should you ever stop by?
All right, that's a nice place. All right, cool.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good day. And he just
Goodbye.
he kind of walks up. Now what? That pork vendor. Need to find one now.
Grabbing Ward still. I'm looking in the direction for where Kaylee's house is at. It's I know it's within like
3 houses to your right. Like, you can you as you look around, the temple district itself is with the temples they're already in a semicircle. And as you pull away from kind of like the main fountain area and get back onto the thoroughfare, the road here, you can look directly past the closest temple to there, which is the temple to Kellenvor, and see just the familiar sight of like the wall blown out of her house just 3 doors down. About a
quick glance. Do I see anybody like standing guard near it? Is there, obviously white robes anywhere near it?
Roll me a perception check.
With pleasure.
Oh, not yet. Yeah, as you like in the brief moment that you look over, you do see 2 men in the familiar white robes, not of Talos, but of the Iron Rose that you had seen down in the crypts. You do see them entering in the hole in the wall that you had entered in previously. Just kind of like a quick glimpse, and you wouldn't have even seen it if they were dressed in regular clothing. Just a flash of white, 1, 2, as they go inside.
I'm grabbing Ward and kind of like pointing him in the direction. You see the hole in the wall? That's where we go. That's what she.
Now we're just gonna go. Oh, okay. Well, that's her house. It's right there, and we're gonna go wandering off to some dreamland with these halflings.
I'm with you on this.
I just gesture over to Garthus. Does he look like he can fight anything right now?
You want to wander off into wherever your dreams take you, and you think that's not going to be more dangerous than walking 3 houses down the street?
Just because my dreams seem to have a little bit more direction than your senile ravings, doesn't
ravings.
mean you.
Well, you say senile ravings? Well, I say I served 200 years in the military. Now, I'm not saying I was a detective, but there was order.
You carry
there
a
was
clam
rank.
with you.
Yes, an old friend. An old friend of mine.
You just pick him up by the ocean and then carry him out with you.
Transformed into a clam. An evil wizard, just like your friend there, is about to be transformed into God knows what if you keep following around all your dreams.
Hey, Buck, can I see your clam?
I take out Maladrad, hold him up, look at him.
Can I hold him?
You do anything to harm him, and I'll have your little halfling hands off.
All right, cool, thanks. I would like to attempt to open the clam.
I'm not even looking.
Oh, God.
I've already swung on Naira and I'm rambling even more.
Follow your dreams. There's going to be clues in the house where she might be.
Both of us had the same dream. Does this not mean anything?
Give me a strength check.
Well, it means something. You're probably being possessed like he is.
Possessed?
Possessed. He was talking to him, muttering to
I think
himself.
you're
As
possessed.
you two are arguing, you
Struck
hear
a dais, killed a man.
you just hear a of something popping open behind you, Ward.
Guys,
Ethel?
I want to
Ethel?
sniff it. What does it smell like?
Inside the clam is another harder shell of a clam. It seems like it's 2 layers. The inner one, it seems like not attached at all to the outer shell, which you could probably assume now would be what was rattling inside. Just seems a smaller, lighter blue, kind of like pale blue clam inside. Fresh.
What have you
I would
done?
like to taste the inside of the clam.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
my god.
As
Wait.
the
Wrong one.
Even better.
that's the innards of the clam here are like blackened and rotting, kind of like when you like look under your washing machine after there's been a leak for like 3 months and there's just
Oh, no.
black, just kind of like a cesspool, and you just see Ethel just one little tip of the tongue.
Oh.
Immediately feels like your tongue is on fire. As if you've just drank like a whole bottle of the most disgusting, vile
Tequila.
no
Seawater?
no
Oh,
like
no, tequila's
the frothy buildup on the side of Lake Liza, like from the undertow, kind of bringing all the detritus or detritus over to the shore. She vomits, projectile vomit. It was you needed a 15, girl. This thing is ancient. This thing, you basically ate the equivalent of Baloo. Like there's a whole fermented petrified clam in
meat
there.
of a clam.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the clam off her and close it and give it back to Ward.
Wait, I'm not done. We're gonna finish opening it.
Ward, do you have any reaction to that at all, Ward? Or
I'm probably rambling.
Still rambling.
You open it or did you tap him? If you tap him, he opens. Sometimes you have to tap his head a little bit and he opens up. Or did you prise him open? You gotta be very careful.
I'm gonna try and run over and get the clam.
You know there's another clam inside, right?
I want to snatch the clam away from him.
Maybe what I said earlier was right. The outer shell was protected, and the inner one has the pearl.
the ever eloquent Captain Ward Buckler.
Is the clam dead?
Famously known for saying,
You wouldn't know. Do you have any way to detect if it's been alive up until this point?
Yeah.
What is it?
If the clam is slightly ajar, then the clam is dead. If it's still closed, it's probably alive, and you can tap it, and it releases its muscles and opens a little bit, and you can look inside.
Okay, I don't know fuck all about clams.
Well, I do. I've been carrying one for 200 years.
I'd say yes. It is the inner, the pale blue clam inside is still closed. She didn't pry it open just yet.
I'm gonna take the little clam out.
Okay.
Little Maladrad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the big one.
Yeah.
Put it in my pocket. Take the little one, put it in another pocket. I'm gonna call my sword to my side because I dropped it.
Okay.
Again?
Now I would like to cut off Ethel's hand. but here's the thing. I only want to make it look like I've cut off her hand because I'm going to create a minor illusion as I swing it down near her. While she's like sick and disoriented, I'm going to make it look like her hand's fallen off.
Okay.
I'd
say give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Do we all see this, right?
Yeah,
Do
that's
we have
why
to
he's
make,
rolling a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I can smell this a mile away.
This is
something's gonna go wrong, man.
I am extremely proficient with the sword and with magic.
Is that you asking for advantage?
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to give you advantage on this because there's 3 people currently looking at you.
I don't care what they I don't care what they see.
I'd say that doesn't even pass like their passive perception if I'm not mistaken. So you guys just see this like really awkward like he's like and then goes in and then you see like he just lets this. It's like a fake punch in a movie. You just see it like, and then suddenly there's like a hand just falling. Ethel, there's a moment where like the sword kind of passes in front of you, but then another comes again, and then as you're vomiting, there's a hand suddenly in your vomit.
I'm now going to proceed to throw up on Buckler.
This party is so fucking.
Is that a hand?
I look in the general direction where that pork guy went. I'm actually looking for pork now. I just realized I haven't eaten in.
I use my protection feature to hold my shield up and stop the sick from hitting me.
Okay.
It's now splattering. Okay.
So it just instead of like going on him, it just like on every side of I'd say it gets on Naira and Garthus.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you guys were close enough.
Fucking seriously?
I shake the shield, I put my sword in its sheath. I point at Ethel and I say,
You're a monstrous little wretch, and I shan't have anything else to do with you, unless it's an emergency.
and then I walk over to the house where Kaylee Aldwin is from.
And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Oh my god.
Thank you, everyone, so much for watching Ilios today. Thank you. Kindly.
Yeah, thank you
I
so
appreciate you all.
much.
We'll be back 3 to 5.
Look at the liquor. For fuck's sake, I don't have any liquor in this goddamn house.
Liquor time. Everyone get some liquor for the second half.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Everflow. An Everflow.
Now we get a fucking
past metal
coverage.
gear. Dear God. So we rejoin the 5 of you standing in a courtyard of sorts, next to a fountain in front of the 5 churches in this district, with plans to go to Kaylee Aldwin's house, but instead vomiting on each other. For the sake
I'm
of
already
brevity,
walking towards Kaylee Aldwin's house.
I will say the vomiting cedes after a while.
Actually, when Ethel vomits on me, I proceed to vomit, actually.
You vomit
Oh,
until
God.
you die. Sad, unfortunate, and you will be missed. So yeah, Ward begins to kind of saunter away in the direction that Bigglesby showed him. What are the rest of you doing?
Right behind Ward.
Okay. Did you relay to the group that you saw people going in, or no?
Negative.
Okay. What's the marching order here like?
I actually let Ethel and Naira kind of finish doing like throwing up, and then I'll pick them up and put them on my shoulders.
Okay.
Oh, I get picked up.
What a kind soul. Twins. Yeah.
I don't feel good.
But
Can I ride up
am
there
walking
too?
a little bit more sluggish behind the two in front.
I punch Ethel.
Oh, God.
What? Ow, what was that for?
Enough of the throwing up. Ugh. Don't
I'm
lick
sorry.
things. Haven't you ever heard the song "Don't You Put It in Your Mouth"?
Oh my God.
I like to live my life by put everything in your mouth, but no.
That explains Bard College, I guess.
I can just imagine picturing it like Garthus is walking. You just hears 2 voices behind his ears.
Yep,
talking
they're
back
just
and forth.
fighting.
And then as she says this to me, I'm taking Garthus's hair and just like putting it in my mouth as I'm just staring her down.
Good. Oi. Hey. No.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have
Ethel?
to throw her into the river. No.
You know what?
Throw her in the river.
No, let's just go. Honestly, enough of throwing people in rivers. Last time we threw someone in the river, we lost him. I just look at Garthus.
Oh, we didn't lose him. We still had him until the house.
I did almost die.
Whoa!
In the
I
river.
just stare
That's
him
good.
down. Like,
What?
I don't wanna
We
be
met
in
those
this conversation.
Two in the forest.
Yeah, I'm so happy I'm not there right now.
I just hop off his shoulder and start walking forward.
Oof. A little bit of like a hard impact as you just kind of jump off, but she kind of storms away.
She's a ranger. She can
Not
jump.
roll 20 is fucking breaking on me. It's broken. It's fucking broken, man. Right. So all of you.
We're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
So as the 4 of you, 5 of you, begin to make your way over to her house. You walking down the streets, there's still the regular hustle and bustle. People little disturbed by what just happened, but they seem to like finally be getting on with their day. The hushed whispers now, like about 30 minutes after they stop, and you see them like acknowledge each other, those that are talking to each other, and they begin to like go their separate ways, and some of the merchants start to hawk their wares again, and the workers on some of the various temples, the ones that were working up on the scaffolding of Kellamvor's temple, they finish a lunch break and begin to go about their day again. And as you walk past the small little temple district here, you're met again with the familiar sight that you were of a place that you were at not days before, with Gooch and without Captain Ward Buckler. The sight of the kind of three-tiered house rather, house of Kaylee Aldwin, the unmistakable hole in the left-hand side of her house that just seems big enough for like 3 or 4 people to slip through. And you had all worked it out previously that it had kind of exploded outwards. The mess of it has been cleaned up now, and it just seems to be a barren hole. There doesn't seem to be anything covering it. You'd see clearly into the bathroom yet again. And of the bath where you had first met Kaylee. What are you all doing?
Knocking on the front door.
Okay.
I'm still kind of looking around for anything, or I guess anyone in robes, whether it be for the roses or for the what was it, for the Temple of Talos.
Okay. Yeah, there's still a couple of people that are walking with the robes of Talos, but none that match the description that you're looking for of.
I'm
yeah.
generally like making sure that we are going to be not surprised by, I guess, the next couple minutes.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to. I mean, you can roll me a perception check if you really want to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I'm seeing the two figures go in. I haven't said anything, but
yeah. Yeah, looking around briefly, it just seems like there are regular like churchgoers, and some other clerics of the other divines walking the streets here. You see a couple of noble women and men that are walking by. A group of two old noble women that are sitting on a bench just nearby, feeding some birds and kind of gossiping about their day in whispered tones. But there's no telltale sign of any kind of scowling or stern-looking cult members that are waiting, or no one really watching the house from what you can see with a 10.
Right. Keeping an eye on the side wall where I know the hole's at and everything like that too, making sure that is not being, I guess, exploited or anything like that. But
okay, Ward, you walk up and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of you can hear it from the opening on the left side. You can hear it kind of echo throughout what seems to be an empty house, as it just each knock of the of the brass knocker kind of echoes throughout the house, and then you can hear it come out to where you are, Bigglesby. There doesn't seem to be any movement inside from what you can see looking into the hole, and after a couple of moments, there's no response. Ward.
Can I just try and open the front door?
Yeah. You reach up, click, and it just swings open.
Wait.
Well, I suppose she is under active investigation. This is definitely her house, yes?
I say to Bigglesby.
it is.
Push the door.
I want to
open.
walk inside and just kind of scan the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perception checks from both of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to do a full-on, thorough investigation of the entire house and find any clues as to other
I'm jumping in
properties and stuff.
the hole for the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. You roll me a perception check as you walk in.
Sure.
Okay. You two walk in, both of you. Okay. So you, Ethel, there's a brief moment where like you go to start looking, and then Ward just kind of brushes by you, and your face almost meets the door for a second. And then the others kind of brush by you in quick fashion, so you don't really have a chance to look around. But Ward, looking around, you see laid out in front of you a wide hallway with a set of stairs going up to what seems to be a loft, and you can see a little bit up there. There looks to be in the immediate vicinity just a regular like hallway. There's a mirror up there with like a bowl of fruit and a couple of candles. Looks like it goes off to the left, and to the right there's a little bit more open space. To your right seems to be a small dining room, and to your left leads to the bathroom. On the left side of the stairs, it kind of progresses further down into the home. You can see it's more long than it is wide of a house, but still a pretty large mansion here. What are you specifically looking for?
I turn to everybody and say, "All right, yeah, you two." I point at the halflings.
You search the downstairs. You come with me.
I point at Garthus.
We're going to search the upstairs, and we want to look for anything that might indicate she has other properties or any other friends in town, locations, people, places. That's what you want to look for first of all. Anything that looks suspicious, don't touch it.
I specifically look at Ethel.
Give it a moment.
And then I look over at Naira as well.
It might be magical, which means it does something untoward quite often.
I know what magical means.
And
Constantly flicking them the entire time.
they're idiots, as far as I can tell. This one, it keeps fucking opening coffins and burning herself and trying to kill my clam friend.
Yeah.
The other one has never seen a magical item in her entire life and is blown away by it. So they're You know, I have an intelligence of 20. Okay, I'm a super genius. Thank you. I'm extremely old as well. Okay, I've been around the block. And then I point at Bigglesby and say,
Yeah, you do whatever you want. I'm sure you've got a few tricks up your sleeve. Let's see if we can find some actual hard evidence as to where she might be before we go off following dreams. And if we can't find anything, maybe I'll follow you to your little dreamland. Yeah? Okay, get to work.
I step up the steps.
Okay. So I think we'll go with you first then. The reason you guys don't have a map right now is as you walk up, it seems to be a little barren. There seems to be most of the possessions that were once here, and you can tell there were things once here. There were small like move marks of legs that have been grated across the wooden floor. The air is kind of a little more fresh and open, with what seems to be like a light and recent dusting. There doesn't seem to be much of value up here in this. It's a small attic loft where you can see there's a bed. All the sheets have been stripped off of it, but it's still kind of a grand and regal bed with 4 posts and small like satin red drapes that they just leave it open a little bit, and you can see most of the feather bed has been stripped off and kind of tossed a little bit. Most of the things on the end tables of this bedroom have been removed. The drawers have been opened and are left open. Some of the drawers have been like thrown on the floor, but stacked neatly enough to not indicate like a ransacking. There's not much to note up here. You can roll an investigation check if you want to find anything.
This looks like the main master bedroom.
Yeah, directly up the stairs.
All right.
I don't remember, Ethel, did you ever tell us about the bloody like mess and the gushy sounds that you
Nope, she never
saw?
did.
She never did? Okay.
Wait, what bloody sounds?
You
When
heard
you
some
came
fucked
back
up
to the
shit
house,
when you were in here before.
Yeah, you saw the fucked up shit when you came back the second time. First time
Oh
was
yeah, she was
everybody
covered in blood.
Yeah. I
It
don't
was
think you
this
told us
place.
about that.
This place is fucking terrifying. As Gooch, I wouldn't have come back in here.
But wait, you did.
Oh well, she came
Captain
from
Wall Buckler, and I
upstairs,
just
so
think this is a normal house. Oh yeah, Gooch came
Yeah.
back in but no, that was when Gooch came in and saw a fucking frightening
That's
sight
the
as
ring.
well. He saw the ring and he saw like
I'm
a
going
ghost,
right for that chimney, by the way.
ghost woman.
Oh, I'm going for it.
I'm also specifically looking for like a diary or something like that as well.
Yeah,
Just anything
okay.
more personable.
So rummaging around, there's not much to find. It's been completely cleaned out, especially the master bedroom here. And you guys would find the same if you guys want to roll investigation checks. Let me know, or just throw them in the chat, and I'll let you know. You, Bigglesby, going down to you as you walk into the lavish kind of living room / den area, back of the house and a little bit off to the left where you had met Kaylee before. The couches that were once there are no longer. They're still in the room, but they've been moved. They've been pushed up to the side. The chimney seems completely cleaned out. It seems as if there's been a fresh clean of it. There's no soot, no ash, no residual effects. It's almost as if like there's a new family moving in or something. There is absolutely no signs that anyone has even
Does it look like
touched this room in a while.
where the furniture's moved and everything like that? Does it look like there would almost be like it would be for a major gathering, like a large amount of people to be here, or was it just moved because they want to clean thoroughly?
I'd say on the 19 you would know that there's no other like footsteps or anything. That doesn't look like anyone else has been here. It just
Okay.
It looks as if it's been cleaned out completely.
Okay.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you for this contribution to the stream today.
Yeah.
The same. Naira, where are you currently?
I think we're just about to walk down the stairs.
Okay. You good? We good?
I lost
No.
Good talk. So, as this would be of note as you do pass by the stairs. You, Bigglesby, would have noted that the door to the basement is slightly ajar. And Naira, as you press down, who's with you, Garthus or?
No, I think it's Ethel.
Okay, Ethel's with you.
that is I. Hello.
I took Garthus
Okay.
because he looks all weak.
Okay, yeah.
And shit, and I'm protection boy, so that was my reasoning.
You're protecting Garthus. I just realized that.
But he's all weak and fucked up, and he needs the protection of my protection ability. Shield.
Mhm.
My name is Shield. Okay? This is what I do, guys. Come on.
Shield buckler.
Captain America. Ward means shield. Buckler is a type of shield. Shield. That's my
You
name.
spoiled the character. Now the backstory is ruined.
I made this character years ago.
shield.
His whole thing is about being a shield. He's got the protection ability. I got the shield spell. Everything possible.
So, Naira, as you begin to go down these stairs, there's a moment where you can hear muffled voices down below. It's kind of a rickety staircase, and you can tell you're getting into the foundation of the building as you go just a couple steps down. It turns from wooden pillars and support beams to just cobblestone that looks kind of like roughly hewn and placed almost lazily. As you go down a little further, the stairs begin to like creak a little bit, but the voices seem to continue. You're met with like the sight of a very flat floor that is made of the same cobblestone as the walls, but your vision is cut off. I'm not going to like force you down the stairs. If you want to go down, you can. Ethel, you probably see the exact same thing, but it looks to be like a little bit of firelight is just kind of dancing at the edge of where your vision is.
I'm gonna very stealthily try to peek around and see if I can see anything.
Okay.
While she's stealthily peeking, I'm just gonna run in there.
Damn it.
Can I grab her before she goes through?
I'll give you a chance. Give me a
Like-
contested athletics check.
I want to keep tabs on these two, by the way. 'Cause I'm just like, if I hear a thump, 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 I'm glancing,
Okay.
trying to make sure that we don't die.
Ethel,
Yeah, roll an athletics
roll an
check.
athletics check.
All right.
Oh, come on! You gotta be kidding me!
I was just thinking, what if this fucking happened?
Come on!
Oh yeah, so you go into a stealth. I won't even let you I won't even make you do it. You hear her
I'm
start
so
to move,
mad.
and you instinctively like put your arm out, but she kind of gets it before you can lock your elbow, and your arm's just kind of tossed to the side as Ethel. You just kind of run down the stairs, and do you like yell anything, Naira, or?
No, I'm just
No.
trying to keep myself very quiet because I have
Okay.
Ziggy with me, and I'm
Yeah.
just like trying to be very quiet.
Yeah.
And then I see Ethel go in there,
So
and I'm
you're-
just like,
You're trying, and then you hear dum, 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 dum. The voices stop as Ethel, you reach the bottom of the stairs, and you're met with a small 4-pillared stone room with two open wooden doors at the end of it where the firelight is coming from. And inside you can just see from the right angle, you can see what looks to be a series of wooden pews. And at the far end is just a small kind of nondescript altar with a white sheet over it, and two men just seem to be arguing at the altar. As you come barreling down, their vision immediately turns to you, and they begin to shout out, "I'm going to need you to roll me initiative, Ethel."
fucking hell, man. Ethel, are you fucking kidding me?
You're
Like,
going to need to roll me initiative as we.
I don't know how to roll initiative.
So give me 2.5 seconds here. Before...
middle.
Oh, wait, there it
so
is.
Hold
Middle
on,
there,
Right
yeah.
above the
Hold on.
woods, yeah.
But before,
Oh my fucking god! This
can
is...
can I roll initiative with her if I see that? Like,
You wouldn't see this.
I wouldn't see it?
only
Okay.
Her.
Spiral staircases suck.
It's not even.
so
It's not even. It's one of those like the basement where like the top of the stairs going up is.
Oh, and it just blocks off where it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So
fucking
going
hell,
to-
man.
leave you all there for a moment. You guys can't see. Give me 2.5.17 seconds. Right here. There you go. So Ethel,
fantastic.
Ethel, my dear.
Oh my god.
It's just the two of them. Don't worry, guys. You're fine.
Yeah, it's just the two of them because I
You're
remember those two
fine.
last
Just
time.
the
were just-
two of us.
You're absolutely fine. Don't you
Jay.
worry.
I should be
swear to
okay.
God, next con, I kill you. I kill you till you die.
Which it's
Thank
fine,
you.
man. For those at home, the amount of times I heard from Zot this weekend, I fucking hate you. That's fan-fucking-tastic.
The curse of being a DM.
Yeah, right? Jesus Christ.
Scenting weapons, trying to kill everybody, just shitting on everything that's fun. It's fine. It's great.
I didn't do anything, man. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Swear to God, never did anything like that in my life. So, the one on the right side of you, as you're not fully in the room, but for the sake of the map, we'll have to say you are for a moment. He looks and just begins to. The one on the left begins to shout. The one on the right just immediately bow drawn and fires an arrow at you.
Oh shit!
What's
God.
your AC?
My AC.
Yeah.
My AC is
middle.
armor class 14.
14. Okay. Okay, so the first arrow.
The sound of the arrows being pulled out of a dead corpse at the end of this.
It's just an arrow with tentacles as it flies at you. Just instinctively pulls it back and fires, and it just kind of sails and stands in next to in the pew next to you. As you kind of like dodge to the left, and he begins to move. God damn it!
I start screaming.
Okay, I need all of you guys to roll me perception checks real quick.
Fantastic.
Is this to know what she's doing? Because like I should probably have
at this
on
point,
that. Like
you would absolutely. I'd say you wouldn't even need to roll the perception check.
Okay.
He walks up and you hear a shout, and then like it just in kind of view as you come down. So you can now roll initiative, Naira.
Me and Ziggy then.
I'm searching the house. I just figured
Basically, as I see that, like the arrow hit the like pillar next to me, I'm just like, ah, ah, ah.
I figured she just ran into something scary in the basement. I suppose.
I'd
Oh
say
my
you wouldn't
gosh,
hear
the
it.
Worst.
What is it? Was it Dex for NPCs?
Initiative. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Ziggy, yeah.
Okay.
Trying to think this through. I don't think you two upstairs would hear it with that. Probably there's a moment where like Garthus goes to move something and it crashes just as she screams. You guys.
No, Garthus is like leaning up against the wall, just kind of.
Okay.
All right. Am
We'll
I allowed
figure
to
out some
rebuttal?
Some other bullshit.
Thick
that makes you
walls.
not hear it.
Thick
It
walls
is
and
loud
flooring.
up there.
Mhm.
We're the
They're putting
furthest
new hardwood
away.
floors.
As we
Naira,
can
what'd you
be.
roll for initiative?
9.
6.
Oh, 6. Sorry. Ziggy rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, give me 2 seconds. So, brings us to Ethel Underbottom, who still hasn't
Hello.
changed her fucking character sheet.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. You're fine, honey. Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right. Well,
What do you want to do?
I see this guy's attacking me. All right, cool. I would like to let's see, he's over here in front of me. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take cover on the right behind the bench, and I would like to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. So Thunderwave, just so you know, it's a 15-foot cube originating from you. So which
Oh,
bench do you
shit.
want to hide behind?
15 foot. Okay, so 15. Do I have to be closer in order to hit him?
Let's see.
Because I mean, there's like 4 cubes between us if I head to the bench to the right.
Thunderwave. I'm just going to be 100%. Creature takes a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube, rather,
15
originating.
feet?
Yeah, I don't know what
15
happened there. I didn't mean to. Sorry. 15-foot cube originating from you. Yeah. So where you are currently, if you wanted to hide, I'd say right here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be this area. So
It
you'd
would be
catch-
that radius.
Yeah, you'd catch
Okay.
Naira and Ziggy. Actually, no, you wouldn't. But it'd be that radius right there.
That radius right there. Okay. Can I hop over that bench in front of me, take cover behind the bench in front, and then obviously use like Thunder Wave?
Yeah, I'd say you have no issue just kind of quickly running forward and dodging behind the bench, using Thunder Wave. You'd catch him. So go ahead and roll me damage on the Thunder Wave.
Can I make a note of something? The fact that like all new players do stuff like use cover and things, and when you play it for ages, you forget all those weird mechanics exist. I know it's like all the time. Players are like, yeah, I would like to get behind this thing, and you're like, yeah, okay, now you have a bonus to your AC. Well done. And then all the pro players have been playing for 2 years. We all forget that fucking shit, and we're just like, I want to just fucking firebolt, get it fucking dead.
That's because
I just figured taking cover is the best option.
Yeah, it's
You
weird
know what?
because you're still
You're not,
in
you're not wrong.
You're like
Right.
more immersed, I think, because you're not focusing on all the rules. So you're like, I'm a thing in a room and I want to hide behind a thing.
Does Thunderwave do force damage? Like, does it push things around it? Or
It is force damage, and if they fail their save, they're pushed 10 feet away from you.
I'm
Also, we should know more about this because of Dustvale.
As someone said in chat, the true death of Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, roll me your Thunderwave in the thingamajigger there.
Thunder, wave.
14.
Thundercats. Oh,
Jesus
thunder
Christ.
wave is on the
A
10 on a 2d8 is
Thunder
actually
wave
pretty
is thunder wave.
So he has to make a 14 con save. I don't think he's making that. That's let me see real quick. Arena, what's his constitution? Yeah, he's fucked. Okay, so Naira just still can't quite see you, but you do see Naira immediately, or not Naira, Ethel immediately run forward, and then you hear just a kind of a resonating, like, I guess, shockwave. As you see thunder start to like arc out back into your vision. I'd say by this point, you guys feel the entire house rock for a moment. As it from cover here, it goes over, almost crawling over and hitting him in the chest like a wave, and flings him 10 feet back into the pew. Directly into the pew as he slams in. I think he would take an extra 1d6 there. So roll me 1d6 damage from smacking into the pew.
The poo.
Well, I mean, it is
No,
Ethel.
that was before.
It is Ethel.
No more.
How do I roll a d6?
Slash roll space 1d6.
/R.
/R works as well.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So much easier to remember R.
Okay. So yeah, 15 damage in one hit.
Wow.
This guy is like thrown back. You can hear like a crack of his shoulder as like his right arm dislocates. And I'd say that ends your turn unless you want to do anything else.
You want
let me see.
I'm drunk. Like,
Jerry.
Let's see here. Where is his friend? His friend's pretty far away.
Yeah. So you have a bonus action and just a little bit of movement left.
Do I know how much health he has right now?
No, you wouldn't know that. No, but from the impact, it does look like he's definitely winded, and you can see like his nose is starting to bleed, like a little bit of mouth or blood comes out of his mouth. And you heard the pop of his shoulder as he hit the pew.
All right, cool. In that case, I think
You can only do bonus stuff. Anything that lets
Can
you...
I hop in the back? Can I hop back a bench after my attack?
Let's see. How far did you move forward? From there, 15 feet. Yeah, I'd say you can quickly scramble back over there. Is that where you wanted to go?
Yeah, I just want to be closer to Naira just in case shit goes down because I don't want to be that close next to both of those guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It'll bring us to the other one's turn as he sees that and quickly sees you duck behind. He is going to summon a spiritual weapon. So as you're sitting there and you kind of duck down behind this bench here, directly in front of you, a like 4-foot long greatsword starts to
What's with all these magical weapons?
come out of thin air. It's spiritual weapon, man. It's
I know.
spell. It's a spell. Thank you. It expends a 2nd level spell slot to summon this 4-foot long sword in front of you. Just kind of, it seems to appear through the bench that you're hiding behind. A little bit of like radiant fire kind of arcing off of it and burning. And he moves. You can hear the kind of pitter patter of his footsteps as he runs just a little bit closer to you. And you just hear, oh, "Come out! Come face us!" Ziggy's turn.
No.
All right. Ethel kind of like points Ziggy forward to the dude who just materialized a weapon and says, "Go get him."
Okay. I'll say she's right there. Yeah, so he moved a little. What's her movement speed? It's 30 feet, right?
30, yeah.
Okay. So she comes up next to him. What is she? Is she biting or?
She's biting.
Give the bite.
Chomp.
Yeah, that hits. That hits. Give me the damage. 5. Okay, so as he's running forward, Ziggy comes and intercepts him and just kind of sinks down into his thigh as he like looks down. 5 damage, and it's con save. He is a human, so DC 11 con saving throw. Jesus, 10 fucking damage. He fails. So give me 3d6 in the chat there real quick.
Okay.
Holy shit.
It's fucking.
What the fuck, dude? Why? What?
That is the most acidic thing I've ever seen.
Snake is fucking broken.
This snake
As
is
she
broken
bites
as shit.
down, he like almost disregards her and just kind of like smacks her away. But as he smacks her away, you can see like the glistening venom on her fangs. And for a moment, he like prepares again, and then you see him like, and then falls over on the pew.
Oh damn!
Killing him.
Nice.
Hey!
Good
I'm
girl,
celebrating
Ziggy.
behind the
Fucking-
bench.
he had 22 health exactly.
Are you serious?
22 health exactly.
Did I just fuck him up with?
You just
wow.
fucked him up with one snake.
You killed him with a bite.
Your turn.
All right. How does this other guy look?
He's pretty fucked up as well. Like he's currently, while watching that, he kind of and pops his shoulder back into place for a moment, or is attempting to rather.
All right.
He should have about 7 HP left if he's got the same amount of HP as his friend, because I've already done 15 damage.
All right. I'm going to walk up. I think it's 25 feet, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up, just up to here, draw my bow, and just aim it at him, like prepare a move, I guess, and just talk to him and be like, "Where's Kaylee Aldwind?"
Give me give me a persuasion check real quick.
I'm so glad you didn't kill him. I'm so proud of you. I want to cry.
One sec. Okay. He for a moment you see he's like resolute and stout, and then kind of looks over at his buddy and Ethel. By the way, the sword that had been pulled from the bench, almost immediately as it appeared, it just kind of like fizzles out. And he sees that flash of it fizzling out. Not sure. Not sure.
Really? Not sure. Are you?
Looks down at like Ziggy. Really not sure.
I just kind of like just briefly motion to Ziggy in hopes that she'll like come up and rear up.
I did. Really not sure.
I want to run up next to Ziggy and start growling at him.
He's really not sure.
And who are you?
Name's Marcus.
Marcus. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You as well, milady.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing in Kaylee Aldwin's house?
We sent us here.
Really? And why would she send you here, Marcus?
To burn the place down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why would she ask you to do that?
Presumably, so you couldn't find it.
And do you know who we are?
The people that found it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she didn't happen to have a little goblin with her, did she?
Yes,
Ah, yes. And is that goblin still alive?
Yes,
Right. So where would she be keeping that little goblin?
the Northern Forest.
The Northern Forest, huh?
Northern Forest.
That's good. Did you hear that, Ethel?
Just please don't kill me.
Right. Well, we're going to keep you, Marcus. You're going to be our guide to the Northern Forest, and you're going to tell us exactly where we're going to be going. And until then, your life will be in our hands.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck. Right.
No sudden movements now.
Nope,
Thank you.
No,
I'm
ma'am.
going to run over and take my rope and tie his hands together.
That's highly necessary, ma'am. I'm this fear of you've struck the fear.
Shut up. We make the rules now.
Yes, ma'am.
Ethel, please.
She's on a fucking power trip, dude.
She's growling at somebody. Let it be.
Can I move forward again and check his pockets to see if he has a iron rose?
His pockets specifically?
Just his pockets, the
Marcus
pockets,
and-
like
yeah.
any like if there's the vicinity of an iron rose here.
Yeah, there's one that's kind of cracked open on the altar. It seems the bottom stem has been popped open, and he kind of just lets you freely go through his pockets, and he even like hints left one, and you pull it out. And the other one's right pocket pulled out. Both of the seals have been broken on the stems, and he just, you know what these do then?
We have an idea. Just don't bite it, would you? Thank you. Message in here. Was there a message?
Yes,
And where is it?
burnt.
And what did it say? I motioned to Ziggy again to.
Yeah, northern. No, they come in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
One
Oh, we know.
indicated where to meet, the Northern Grove.
The Northern Grove.
Yes,
And who is going to be meeting there exactly?
we're not sure.
But you were supposed to go.
We
With
did.
your associate.
We did.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're still going to be going. Good
Yes.
for you. We're going to be making that meeting.
Of course.
Yes. Well, and when is exactly that meeting?
Yesterday. Already happened. So sorry.
I'm so mad. Oh my God.
Happened last night. So we were told to come here. Turn the
I yell fuck and I kick over one of the pews.
Wait, can I do a perception check and see if he's lying?
Insight would be
Insight.
Insight, insight.
Go ahead.
I think he's full of shit.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, insight. Where are you? Insight, insight, insight. There it is.
Okay.
I'm like stabbing a pew with a dagger at this point. Like I'm like carving it out. Like I'm.
He's sitting there like, seems to be telling the truth. I mean, you've got him in a bind. Why would he lie?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I hate you so much, Jay.
What? I didn't do anything.
I don't give a care. I just
Didn't do it. Yeah, didn't do anything. Your
smile.
little smile
I'm
right
just
there.
a happy man. Okay, I'm very happy I get to play Dungeons and Dragons.
This is why I hate him.
Very.
I hate him so much. You know what?
I'm
While
not your
she's
friend.
over here getting all ornery, I'm gonna go and loot the dead guy's body.
Okay. Yeah. On it, you find nothing. He's completely devoid of any possessions except for the rose and the robe. You could even see like underneath the robe, he's only wearing a small like pair of trousers that don't even go past his knees. It just right down to the bare bones.
What color are the trousers?
They are a stained white.
All right, I'll take them.
Ethel, don't.
Marcus kind of, you don't want mine, ma'am.
Don't tell her that.
I don't like
Oh,
Not a
don't
fan
tell
of
her
snakes.
that.
Not a fan of snakes. Never been a fan.
Ethel, please get your hands away from that man's loincloth.
I really need a pair of white shorts.
They're not white anymore.
I turn them over to see shit. You're right, they're not. Never mind. Disregard.
I finished my rant, I guess, on this damaged pew.
I think by this time the other three would be coming down the stairs now. You can just you hear probably the sound of like metal thumping into wood as you like come down and see Naira just stabbing a wooden pew with a man in front of them. Ethel holding a pair of soiled trousers in her hands, and he looks like a physical representation of soiled trousers.
How high
fear
is the
stuck into his-
staircase? By the way, like how high is the ceiling?
You have to duck a little bit for sure. Like there's a moment where you have to like not even just head. You have to like kind of crouch down and go down. It's about
Halfway
5
down when he starts hearing the thumping.
Mhm.
Garthus kind of just jolts his head up, steps forward.
Yeah.
And he just does that all the way down.
Yeah, Gandalf in the Shire style, just every and then as he like sees the three of you coming down the stairs, he's company, lovely. I love friends, new friends. Hello, new friends. He
Shut
goes to
up.
like wave, but his shoulder just yes him.
Wait, can I
What the
check
hell
the
happened
room?
here?
Now you've murdered someone else, I see. Didn't take long.
To be fair, he was gonna kill Ethel, who ran out in front of everyone, like she does.
Hey,
Ethel, put down the underpants, please.
no, we can fix these.
No, put him down. Ugh.
And
Marcus.
Who are they? And what did they do?
Marcus, I'd like you to meet my associates, my lovely, lovely associates. We
I like-
have Captain Ward Buckler,
Ward.
the old and senile. Well, he's just old and
You-
senile.
It was a captain
He was a
Captain.
captain, yes.
in the north.
Hmm.
He
Oh,
got-
you know him.
Oh, it very clearly emblazoned on my shield.
served under him for a while.
Oh, he did.
Good man. Good
He
man.
did?
Good to see you again, Captain.
I get closer because I'm short-sighted in my old age.
Uh,
Who is it?
You'd recognize this as a man that just went by Marcus. There really wasn't enough incentive to learn many last names. He briefly served under you in Yorindal for a small time doing the patrols. He was the night shift that relieved you at like 3 to 4 in the morning. Always a good guard. Never was one of the idiots that got drunk on the watch at night, which was really common, and always showed up for his shift.
He's a human. He must be old as shit.
Yeah, he's a human. Yeah.
I quit 200 years ago.
Did you quit 200 years ago?
Yeah.
No, you served for
You
200.
served
You
for
served
200.
for 200 years.
I'm 439.
I'm sure that age has changed. in fact.
God, I hate you so much and your age bullshit.
Is he
I
an
have-
elf then? Like,
But well, you know what? We'll call him an elf because
He's
I
a
thought you would
half-elf.
quit like 50 years ago. We'll just call him a half elf. Jesus fucking Christ! In your backstory, it says you only served for 200 years.
Yeah, and then I quit.
He's 439 years old.
we didn't serve from ages 0 through 200.
No, I
No,
was
he
thinking,
saved it.
served from
39.
200.
I
He's
served from
439.
100 to 300 ish.
Regardless,
somewhere in there.
retcon. We'll just make him.
And I've been
half elf.
wandering around for about 139 years. I'm about roughly 6 months to a year away from natural death, for the record. This is like the maximum age a rock gnome can reach.
You can't even be a half elf because half elves die at like what 160.
Just make him an elf.
We'll
Make
just
him an
fucking
elf.
make him an elf, regardless.
Elves live forever, so yeah, just give it one of them.
Yeah, he ascended. He's immortal now.
I'll.
Marcus, the man that shit his pants lives forever.
Is he-
Fuck up. Oh
Is
my
he
God.
dying?
Is he? No. He's,
No.
What happened to him?
Not
What happened to this
anytime
one?
soon.
This is the
He's
Thunderwaved
okay.
one. This one's Thunderwaved and her.
The Thunderwaved one is dead.
Oh, this is the other one. What happened to him? Nothing. He just.
No, I thought this was the one that was thunder.
Oh no, he was. Yeah, sorry, he was the Thunderwaved one. Yeah, my bad.
So he's not like visibly dying. He's being.
No, he's
cooperative.
pretty. Like he's on the brink. He looks like he's about to pass out. But
Okay.
still standing.
I'll grab him under the jaw and give him a little look, nice and close. Like it looks like I'm probably gonna lean in for a kiss, but I'm just trying to recognize his face.
I know you. Where you served? Where did you serve?
When? Where? What?
Where?
Sir, Yorindal, under you, sir. Yes.
Hmm.
Good to see you again. Thought you were dying.
Well, yeah, a lot of people probably think I'm dead. And what are you doing here, soldier?
Kind of looks over at Naira and like nods.
How is he dressed?
He's got the white robes on. Underneath, he's got like a little bit of a chain tunic. but it's just the white robes.
Joined a fucking cult, have you?
Yes,
I suppose I have been living in a tunnel for a few years, so I can't really judge what you do in your own retirement.
Oh, no, I think we can judge very clearly. He knows that there was a meeting yesterday in the Northern Grove. And what happened at that meeting there, Marcus?
They met.
They met. Who met?
You just hear Garthus at the back just...
Okay. Don't be mad. I lied. Meeting's tonight.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I insight check his lie? Like,
You can inside check the lie of the lie.
yeah.
can I be scrutinizing him too? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter, but
Like all of us are in this room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all there now.
I want to walk over to the altar and kind of see if there's anything on the altar or at the altar.
Yeah, as you stroll by, there's nothing but a small like golden bowl that has a couple of ashes in it and just one opened rose. There's a couple of like melted candles that have been melted down to less than an inch, but nothing of note. It's just a very like solid block of stone.
So literally, they just opened up the roses and probably burned the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like he's telling the truth this time, but he also seemed like it last time too. So. And just meetings
Well,
tonight.
And what is supposed to happen at this meeting?
We're supposed to go to the.
I draw my dagger.
Yep, we're supposed to go to the orb. The orb. The orb in the mountain. We're supposed to go there. Kaylee's taking orders.
Bloody mountain.
Yes, the mountain. In the blades. There's a cave. Lots of goblins. They smell like shit. And they're very mean, very aggressive. But there's a peace. There's a peace. We have a peace. We think we have a peace.
A piece of
Piece
what?
of what?
A peace. They won't kill us, flay us, eyeballs,
Ah, peace.
rape our corpses. What goblins do, I'm not sure.
Most of that.
You see, not all goblins are like that.
Yeah, most of them are.
All of them are.
Not mine.
The one that Kaylee has is a fucking asshole. Biggest piece of shit I've ever met.
I've never met him, and I hate him for dragging me into this mess. To what end? What is she trying to do? What are you people trying to achieve?
Not sure. All we know is there's an orb in the mountain. We're not allowed in.
Why has she got you running around doing her bidding if you don't even know what you're working for?
A better future
A better future for who?
for the city.
And to what end? What have you been promised? What are they promising the city?
Murders and assaults and thievery that runs rampant in the city under Queen Lysel's watch, and Kaylee wants to do something about it, just like her father was unavenged, and my sister and his brother and
you kidnap an innocent goblin.
What?
To further this?
Ma'am, not innocent.
Oh,
The
okay.
Order has killed many people.
He's the
Many.
biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life.
If
Well,
I
I
may.
hope he bit your dick off because he is my son, and
Yes.
he.
I love him. He's a lovely fellow. Never met a better person in my life. Swear to
Garthus
God.
is gonna walk past and just kind of not like grab his attention.
Mhm.
Don't try and sugar talk it.
He's a cunt. I hate him.
It's okay, we do too.
Enough.
Oh, thank God.
Enough about the goblin. At least we have proof
grab
of
his,
life.
grab his collar.
I'm gonna stop him from grabbing his collar. I don't trust Garthus not to kill him. He's fucking insane.
I'm not gonna kill him.
No. We need him.
I know, and we're gonna keep him.
Yes, we're gonna tie
He's
him
gonna
up.
be our
and-
little bitch.
Yeah, we'll tie him up, and if he's lying, you can do what you want with him or her, or we can give him to the crazy one.
And I point at Ethel.
Only have one question.
That one will cut out your heart and eat it, probably on a whim.
You can have 2. You can have 3 questions, please. Don't.
Oh, quite generous.
4 if you want.
Why does Kaylee want to ascend?
Sure. Send
Garthus.
to what?
Garthus.
Rather,
I
she's
actually
not.
turned to Garthus, and she watched to what?
What's that mean?
He thinks she's going to turn into a god. Now, do you understand, Garthus? It's treason. She's going to try and usurp Lizel or something, or some such
Yes.
bother.
Yes, that.
Didn't Kira say the Lord of the Bones or something?
The Lord of Bones is helping her, is what Kira said.
All right. Right. Well, second question.
Yes,
Don't suppose you know the Lord of Bones, do you?
You see like a flash of recognition across his face. He's, that the guy dresses up in bones, has a little skeleton ranchman.
Yeah.
Does he carry a ring?
Oh,
Does he use a ring to control these skeletons?
oh. Yeah, him.
Great.
I'm gonna turn my head to the rest of the group. Well, seems this Lord of Bones is gonna help Kaylee ascend.
It sounds quite mortal to me. She's got mortal plans to usurp a mortal, and she's using this person who's using magic. You've been played by that hammer or whatever's telling you and whispering.
The hammer is gone.
Have there been attempts at like ascension before in the city? As far as like, I mean, having obviously religion just coming back into the city, would you say there was attempts?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm very curious.
You like there have been whisperings and like murmurs of people trying to ascend even before the religions were newly founded, right? After the convergence, after the 1,000-year war, when Ilios was built above the previous city, Yorendur, there were the temples that they've brought up were physically pulled and built from the ashes and kind of detritus from the city below. So there have been small cults that have tried to go down into the lower levels and try to work to some gods like machinations, but there's no real headline of like so and so tried to become Kalimvor today.
Yeah.
You know of like smaller cult workings and people that had lust for power like that.
Okay. So just the word ascension is not one to use likely, and in this case, it would.
Yeah, it's not a commonly thrown around.
Hi, Bosco.
I was about to say, Bosco even knows.
My
Bosco's like, I've ascended.
I will ascend.
Just ascends would be amazing.
Oh god.
my co-GM.
I'm so proud of you, son.
You ascended so well.
If you feed me some milk, I will grant you one dark wish and ascend. It's all a trick, Jay.
That look.
Like a left hand.
So
Can you descend for supper, dear? Like,
he just kind of sits there and so well now.
All right, who's got a piece of rope? You got some rope?
I'm already tied, sir.
he's
He's already tied up. Yeah, can you put him to sleep?
Pointing at Bigglesby.
That's not you don't have to.
Shush.
I have an easier way.
No.
I slap him.
just give me a moment. I just want to finish speaking with him before we Bring him along.
Could have just put a bag over his head, but no. Let's go ahead.
Okay. Deserve that. Calling your son a piece of shit. I deserve that. I deserve that.
Oh, no. That was just my entertainment.
Still deserved it, of course.
What is this cult called, and why did you join it?
I'm gonna die, right?
No.
Probably not.
Oh.
Oh, you're coming with us?
Well, you might die if you don't do what any of these crazy people say.
Yeah.
But for now, in fact,
I'm gonna click at at one of the halflings.
yeah, heal him. You should probably heal him. We're gonna need him.
Oh, that's a
No,
brilliant
not
idea.
yet.
Heal him. I
Heal
can
him.
slap him about a bit.
No,
Heal him again.
Yes.
that's.
Slap him even more.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Heal him again.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't need healing. I'm a tough man. Tough
You
man.
want to tell us why you joined it?
It's called the Iron Rose,
Hmm.
and it's to usurp Lady Lizel,
Mm-hmm.
the original usurper.
Usurping a usurper.
Yep.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
The irony is palpable, ma'am.
Yes. Well. Captain Ward, how did you let one of your own get so lost?
Well, it's been 200 years. You lost a child yesterday. How did you lose one, huh? I had hundreds and hundreds of them to look after, and he wasn't even in my regiment. He was in the regiment that came after mine. I lost one man on my watch in 200 years, and he was turned into a clam, and I almost lost him for the second time today. You heal him up, and you think you can pick him up?
I point at Garthus.
I can walk. I've got legs.
No.
I mean, no, they work. They're fine.
You're
Don't
not going
let
to
it-
yell, are you, Marcus?
Don't let his hands move. Don't let him speak. We need to gag him.
No, it's fine.
It's
It's
a
fine.
cut.
I pull out my rope and I
No,
gag.
no, it's
You do realize if you make a sound, we will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I won't kill you, but Ziggy gets hungry sometimes. Great, good to know.
Wait, Nara.
Hmm?
I did say I was going to kill all of them. I'll let Ziggy.
We need him.
That's not my forte, but I did say I would kill them all.
Okay, Garthus, I would really appreciate if you didn't kill this one quite yet. I just take him aside. I try not to say it too loudly.
Between the four
Can
of us,
I
we can...
twist his arm a little, pop his shoulder.
I've already done that, Garthus. You can get the
Flick
next
him in the
one.
balls a couple of times.
He's on
If you
death's
flick him in the
door.
balls, his balls will die.
He's going to die anyway if somebody doesn't help him.
Ugh, fine. And I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah, you can see the you almost hear for a second as you do that he pushes back against the pew and you hear a sickly pop as his shoulder juts back into place. Previously his arm was hanging kind of limp. It was a lot easier to tie him up. It now his arm is now pulled at an awkward angle because the rope is a little too tight, and it's popped back in. You can see the wound.
I'm also holding his arm, by the way.
Okay, yeah, the wounds start to coagulate a little bit, and they heal up and slightly scar. Kind of looks at you with an appreciative thanks, and then looks over at Garthus with immediate fear of, is he going to beat the shit out of me even further?
Shall we go to the Northern Grove then? Is the temple to
think he's
Maliki
dead.
along the way?
I think he said we should totally go to the Northern Grove. And actually, Garthus here should flick him in the balls. That sounds like a great plan.
Garthus, keep your hands away from that man's balls.
Don't kill him.
And I look at Ethel as well.
Don't kill him.
And drop that
I'm not gonna take
fucking...
anything.
Drop that underwear, for God's sake.
What?
All right, what
These
would you
aren't
rather have?
underwear. These
Leave
are
it
shorts.
behind.
No, what would you rather have?
You
Me
said
flick his balls
behind.
or her hand in shit?
Neither. Go.
Fine. I just pick him up a little so he's dangling. And
Just carry him along, and if anyone asks, say he's drunk.
All right. I just want to say I'm gonna hang back and I'm gonna take the robe off of that dead guy's body and put it in my bag.
Okay. So you strip this man naked.
I'm getting like 5 gold apiece for everything he's wearing. So
Ethel is next season's main villain.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Luke
You
Goblin.
begin to go up the stairs. What do you guys do? Are you still searching the house?
How far do we need to
I
go?
want to do one more lap around the house and everything
Okay.
like that.
So
Anywhere
for
we have not been in.
even though y'all don't have a map, just to show you, hello, roll 20. There we go. So roll me an investigation really quick as you go through the home real quick.
I see nothing.
Fuck all, dude. Fuck all. There's the ghostly servant that's still kind of like floating around.
Yeah, is he
Creeps the shit
like,
out of you.
looking at us while we
Yeah.
just kind of
Just eyes pouring into you, just staring into your soul almost, silent and unbecoming, just looking at you. And like as you pass into a room, he just floats through the wall and like head just peers through and begins to keep looking at you. You will notice though, his eyes glow with kind of a blue arcane light. And there's almost like a cone of vision of light coming off of them as he watches you intently. So the northern grove, I guess we'll just say for the sake of brevity, you ask him like where to mark it on the map, and he just kind of gives you a general area of about here.
That's fucking
And
far.
where did we say the temple to Myliki was?
Temple to Myliki, you would know is currently right there. Let me see if I can just give you guys a
And we are.
district of the western map. Right, or the
hello.
there you go.
Okay.
Map.
wow.
Should there be there should be a page with it so I can show you all real quick. But that apparently not. No. Roll 20 is not having it today. It's not having it.
Interesting.
Rip.
Anyway, so you guys can see the map on your screens at least, thankfully.
Is this place we're going part of Yorindal?
Yeah, so Yorindal is about right here. Sorry, the labeled maps aren't uploaded yet. So Yorindal is right there in that other circle. You guys would be down. I'll use a different color so it's easier to differentiate. You guys would be down right about here on the map. That small little black circle is where you'd be.
Well, guess we're walking.
Off we go.
We're not gonna stop and buy a car. Okay.
A carriage, maybe.
You guys would know there are transportation carriages, kind of like the Totino's pizza rolls, bikes that were rolling around TwitchCon.
Sweet.
But
Those things were
No, I don't think me and Brad would know.
Yeah,
Jack.
oh, I remember.
Well, sorry, you don't have Totino's pizza rolls, bikes rolling around inside ConnorCon there.
No.
It'd be a
No,
space.
we have
the
only the
inventory.
finest from Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
Oh
we
my
got free
God.
pizza rolls. All right, so it was really good.
Like a lot of them.
They were so
We got a lot
I don't even really
of
know
them, and
what
they
a
were
pizza
warm.
roll is. Is that like a hot pocket?
It's like a little tiny bite of like a hot pocket. Yeah, they're just little teeny tiny ones.
Yeah.
It's
It's like an Ethel-sized hot pocket.
Yeah, basically
Sounds
halfling size
disgusting.
hot pocket. So you guys would know that you can commission a carriage ride. For terms of travel time to get up to the northern city like this, you'd either have to cross the river, or take a quick ferry across. There is a dock located right here that you can ferry across, or go through the central district up through the northern district, which is the more like official route that some people would take. But you were able to go across the river. It'd be about, I'd say, about 2 days of travel time. If you took a carriage, it would be about 6 hours of travel time.
Fucking carriage, man.
I
We're
mean,
not gonna make it
carriage is the only
otherwise.
way- yeah, that's the only way we're gonna be able to make it in time.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I think you can find like a carriage, like a stable master at roughly every couple of intersections. They're really, really common in the city here. You guys would know they cost about 2 gold per person. And they require no weapons on them. So you would have to lock all of your weapons inside of a trunk in the carriage.
Absolutely fine, sir. No problem whatsoever.
I'd say again, for the sake of time, you guys kind of meet up with a small dwarven man who briefly explains to you how it works. Kind of explains that you have to put your weapons in the trunk. He will drive it, and he has the key to the lock. And very like reiterates many times, no risky business, and that.
Can I try and persuade him to let me?
No, I want to persuade him. I got charisma for days.
Right. Okay.
The meta is so.
What are you trying to persuade him?
Persuade him to let us hold on to our weapons because we're nice people.
There's not even any persuading. Like there. Rules of the
What? What do you mean? There's no
You guys would know
persuading?
in the Western District there are checkpoints as well where you guys have your weapons warded, so that you can't use them on the streets and such. There's
What's their policy on pets?
they don't really care.
Okay.
But
Giant snake, you're fine, but no weapons.
No weapons. It's okay. Those teeth can do 22 points of damage in one hit.
fucking
so.
hell, man, jeez. We're gonna have to go in
Damn.
and look at my NPCs from now on if you can do 22 points of damage.
That
on
was a
turn.
really lucky roll.
That was it.
though.
Yeah, you got
was
2 6s
like,
and a 5.
That was two
so-
sixes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was almost perfect.
You guys rolled really well today, though. Like 2d8, and you got a 10. Like that's kind of insane. So, do you guys take the carriage?
I would say yeah. I would say
Yeah.
we take the carriage.
Even though you're okay. So,
I'm gonna have to convince Ward, but yeah, I think that would be the only way we can get there in time.
yeah.
I don't need a carriage. I'm not an old man who needs a carriage. I can walk.
I sit down and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
like as he sits down in the carriage, I'm gonna take off all his stuff and just put it in the trunk.
Strip him.
It's okay. I'm an expert.
Well, I only
Let me do it.
really,
Not his pants.
I only really have a long sword and a oh no, I have a light crossbow. Okay, yeah.
I love how like the number one way to make players uneasy is take away their weapons for like just an hour. Like y'all are already like, how can I break
Can't
into
take
the
these
chest?
away.
How can
Yeah,
I
me
break into
too.
the chest?
Yeah.
What can I do?
Your
I
hands.
too
Like,
am a wizard.
Ah!
I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard fighter hybrid,
I'm
and
a
I
blizzard
can
Harry.
I can teleport my sword to my hand as long as it's on the same plane
Oh,
of
I didn't even think
existence.
about
So
that.
If it's warded though, does that work?
Yeah, worded that would be.
I don't know. Well,
I
if
guess
the box, if
as
the box is
adventurers-
another plane of existence, I think
Yeah,
that's
no,
the only way.
I just realized we're
As
in-
adventurers, you guys have a little bit of leeway, but for the average citizen, when you go into the Western District, there are checkpoints every, I'd say, like 3 blocks or so. At the major intersections you would see on the map, there's probably a checkpoint of guards that quickly, there's somebody that briefly checks wards as you walk by, and if your weapon is not warded, it gets warded to notify when they are used. So you guys using your weapons there would still have notified guards that they were used. But again, being a part of the Adventurers Guild, it's a little more lenient.
I'm also
So
part of the
these-
military, so I'm like, yo, what up? How's
Yeah,
it going, blah?
Garthus has put the hammer like down his front, so it's concealed.
That is
Down
not
there.
concealed.
The shit-covered pants I'm
You are
carrying
not
around
that
aren't
excited to
considered
see
a
me.
weapon, right?
I've just got this
Yeah.
hammer
Roll me-
shaped
roll me-
I'm
fucking
concealing
Roll me
bolt.
a sleight of hand check.
It's t-shirt, the fucking bit sticking out the front.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
crackling.
It has to be. There's no fucking way, my dude. You try and put it down, and there's still like in your tunic. There's just a piece like
I
just.
just love the it's exactly what Garthus would do.
Eric all of a sudden
You
just
don't
goes
get it.
snappy. Yeah,
The
everyone's
dwarf
is just pointing that
Yeah.
direction, just like, oh.
Dwarf looks at you like, "Come on, son.
Boy, you're not gonna touch my hammer.
Son, come on."
You really want to touch my hammer?
Gothus,
He's
Well,
making
hold on.
gay.
Remember when
He's
someone
making
took?
gay.
Well, hold on.
put it
Remember when Ethel
the
took the hammer?
chest. Put it in the chest. It's not going anywhere.
Can I grab the hammer and pull it out and just
No!
put it in the chest?
Wait, you ripped my loincloth.
Whose fault is that? Ethel, you got that spare one still.
Spare what?
I'm minor illusion
Loincloth.
is like a little brick wall.
Loincloth?
in front of
Let me check my bag.
Yeah, there's just little
Yeah,
sensor
the
bars.
little, the sensor bar again. Just like
it says censored, but in gnomish.
Hmm. I mean, I have these pants.
They're much too small to fit you.
He needs
Oh,
like the
no.
robe.
Can wait? Can we just like cut up the pants a little bit and make like a makeshift loincloth?
You're gonna sacrifice your nice white pants for that?
I will say, sure.
You can make him
Yes.
like a front phone.
I can do that if I want.
Exactly what I said to you yesterday, Caroline. It's like 3 paper towels pulled together and held together with one hair elastic, right? The knot is like underneath his gooch, right? There's just no other way to wrap it or tie it. And it comes back up and loops around the
You had this conversation yesterday?
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
was gonna MacGyver some underwear for myself. Go
Actually,
swimming on the cruise. That's what I'm gonna do.
you know what? I'm gonna keep my shitty
paper
pants because they're too
towel.
valuable.
You
I'm gonna take a piece of this dead man's robe though and make him some undies.
will say the dwarf in tow, watching in horror and amazement as this Goliath has a hammer ripped out of his pants, and then subsequently just everything is spilling out with gnomish sensor bars blocking it and everything. You, Ethel, you fashion through ripping. Kind of, there's a moment where you measure, and it's a
Garth
little
just
too
kind of
close.
pops in like, can you make it into a kilt? I've seen those dwarves with the kilts. They actually look pretty cool.
She's just laughing at the chat. She's not even paying attention. Come on, Ethel. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Well, then she fashions a kilt for you.
I'm gonna
as you
fashion a little kilt for you.
guys settle into this
Oh my.
this
fucking God.
carriage, and he starts to wheel away, pulled by these two, one brown and one white horse. So the dwarf kind of sits a couple of feet up on the front of the carriage, and you guys are in the back. It's covered and protected. There's small bent wood planks that hold a canopy over it, and then a small drape that allows you some privacy. We'll say that's where we end tonight's session, with you guys on your way to
With
your
Garth is half naked with the bow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Aren't you guys glad I took that dead man's clothes?
Yeah.
Garthus wouldn't have anything to cover his.
Am I able to
Because, you know-
firebolt my face like
Mm.
myself? Just a couple firebolt to the head. That would do
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just one firebolt in each eye.
Yeah, I just struck a double charge and then clear. And
Jay,
shot.
if any other bad guys that we face have clothing, I'm gonna warn you now. I'm probably going to take them. So
She's
you
just
might
a
want to make like
kleptomaniac.
naked
Oh my
NPCs.
god.
Huh?
You guys are hoarders.
Every NPC is now wearing 14 parkas underneath their armor, and it will take an hour to remove each parka.
Oh God.
I will
You will
set them all
suffer.
on
You will
fire.
suffer 2 points of exhaustion for every 3 parkas you carry on you.
I'm setting them on fire. It's
Immediately.
no.
Immediately.
Bodies are being burned.
Immediately-
I'm scared of
You are
necromancy.
immediately immolated as the parkas touch your skin. And should you happen to get to the bottom and take the underwear, your character will ascend to be a god. That is it.
The underwear god.
Speaking of the undies.
Underwear.
Season 2 of Ilios. I am Ethel, the underwear god.
Poop at people like.
Just
Fiery
shit.
underwear runs
like this
runs from
really
the sky. It's just shitting
buff,
rain.
yeah, this really buff halfling, and all the strings on her harp are just like underwear elastic bands.
Yeah.
They all play the brown note as she plucks it.
Oh.
Oh.
Brad, what's under there?
Underwear.
You fucking knew too.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks and goddamn.
I was almost like I was compelled to say it. Like I felt it. I was like, oh
You
no,
Just like,
no! Why have you forsaken me?
Ethel
is no
is
God.
IRL Captain Underpants. That is.
yep.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And on that bombshell.
Thank you for watching Ilios, guys.
Yeah.
Jay's done. The final episode of Ilios
that
is done.
was-
Right,
It was like
great campaign,
a whole 8
everyone.
episodes
We
of
did it. It
glory.
was really
Just to
great.
get through the outro, fucking tequila. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
You know, I was also going to end tonight's session on something epic, but y'all just,
Did I kill you with underwear?
I don't even know what the fuck happened this session. All right, this is what the fuck is going on in
It
this
went from
fucking
super
story?
serious to people barfing at each other within
You know
a
what?
half hour.
That's like
Listen,
I'm
you
like
had to predict this when you put the team together.
I
here.
licked a clam.
You
This was the
had to
best
predict.
episode.
Like you brought Frisk. You brought Frisk into this.
you know
I
what?
like you
Now
brought
I get
Fritz.
it.
You also brought risk.
Now I understand the anxiety that like Brad or any other DM has when they know that I'm playing in the campaign now. But I never,
It's
I'm
so
not
true.
this fucking chaotic. This is like Tiger Rider levels of chaotic. Like, this is insane. This is like the big bad god is standing in front of you like, yo, how big is his dick though? Like,
Yo, though.
yo,
How big is
for real,
Talos' dick?
Yo,
Like real
Immediately
talk.
just censored.
The Willy boys.
Just censor it every time.
I mean, I guess to be fair, Jay didn't know what he was getting into with me. It's my first campaign. I'm
This
just
is
going with the
the
flow.
greatest. I love all
She
of
licked
this.
the clam, you guys.
She licked
We
the
are
clam.
ending this tonight's show.
I like
Next
the clam.
week we're gonna have, I think, a longer episode.
I like the clam.
Okay.
It's
Yo,
it's
sign
over,
my
Jay.
DMs.
It's over.
Just get it out. Just
You
get it
are
out.
no, Jay. You are now on what I describe as the McClotion arc. I had a campaign where the group that I started them off and went, the world is gonna end. There's a big fucking fuck off thing and an evil baboon destroying the world. That sounds crazy. Makes sense in the campaign, and they spent 23 episodes looking for dick lotion. 23 episodes.
Yeah.
Jay, you are now in the McClotion arc of Ilios.
It doesn't. In an hour, it won't even phase me. I don't care. I don't have a story to tell. It's whatever the fuck you guys do. I don't. Give a shit.
I actually feel like we got quite a lot of the story done.
You did.
Yeah,
amazing.
we did like.
I actually
We
thought
went
this
to
was-
We went
temple.
well to this fucking.
this was actually a really good
You're
episode.
lucky I was 4 fucking tequila shots in, or that guy wouldn't have talked to you.
This was a good episode. We would have made the talk.
I felt pretty good about this.
That persuasion check was a pretty big check. Yeah, it was. There was a pretty hard DC that I set on anybody.
What, mine?
Yeah. Anyone,
Oh, shit.
anyone from the cults, or from the cult that would need to talk. There was like an initial DC and then their DC added onto it, and he rolled super fucking low. So he rolled a 2. Rolled a 2, and they had
That motherfucker didn't serve under Captain Warbugler. He's got no spine.
with just so you guys know, now that that's out of it was a +10 to every single roll that they made on that because
Jesus, 'cause
the
of-
initiative to just off themselves immediately.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're
wow.
lucky. You beat it by 1.
Scientology.
By 1.
Scientology is that
Anyways, fuck this
Scientology, yeah.
campaign. It's over. We'll be back next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Let's just I don't know who on the Brad, go.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Skinny Penis.
Every fucking weekend.
I don't know why. I can't help it. It comes out. It's like it was like the underwear. I couldn't help it. It came out.
Well,
Yeah, well, I enjoyed today's session. Good job, team and Jay. Yeah, we do more D&D on Wednesday, featuring Jay and Connor on my channel. If you want to catch Dustvale, these guys are on a train. They're about to get off a train, and all sorts of shit's going on. 2 of them are dead, and they're trying to res them. It's all gone.
It's fucked.
It's about as fucked up as this one, really.
Yeah. But with less bullshit, just more.
Slightly less like bullshit, and slightly more
Yeah.
like, oh, bullshit, we're gonna die.
Yeah, there's a beautiful budding romance that's about to end next week.
I'm so excited to just see what happens, because there's no way you're getting out of this town without having this awkward. It's really gonna be fucking top 10 like Spanish drama, you know, like those like you know
Cries
like,
in Spanish.
oh my god, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Other than that, I just do PUBG pretty much. So, cheers. Peace. It's your
Zot.
boy.
hey, how's it going? Zot.
It's good.
I'm Zot.
Thanks.
I'm Zot. Thank you.
He's actually Zobot.
Zobot. Zobot, please tell me.
Zobot.
It's a week old.
You can find him at twitch.tv/Zobot.
It never ends.
Say my name, Zobot.
No, I don't want to feel dirty. But playing a lot of Destiny and Warframe and just about everything under the sun. Today I was scared as shit today because I didn't know what was gonna happen, but lo and behold, it still ended up in vomiting and shit.
I hope the 2-week break, I hope it still lived up to the expectations of
I'm
Kira
disappointed.
and Talos.
Oh, I'm pissed because I don't know that she's not in the hammer anymore.
Well, We'll see what happens. You don't know that.
Jay, stop smiling into the camera.
Jay,
Look at
I'm going to mail
He's
you
just
a
like,
pic with your name on
Tune
it.
in next week to find out if Kira is still in the hammer or not.
Oh, God.
2 fireballs. All it takes is literally I can.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I hit points
okay.
at less than 20. I can do it.
Okay, he's got 10 lightning bolts. So, Frisk.
Hi. My name's Frisk. Hello. What do you call it? I am a variety broadcaster, if you don't know me already, currently playing through The Evil Within 2, and then sometimes I just don't play video games, and then I just play on my ukulele, because I can. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say.
You got nothing? Okay. Kara.
Hi, guys. I'm OMG Vandy, your local mother, I guess. Not really. I'm not. I don't have
Local
anything.
mother.
Mommy.
Well,
Again.
I wasn't expecting that.
okay.
You know what? I'm just no. You know what? I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Yikes.
Anyways,
Yikes.
so I stream creative and variety stuff. We're gonna be playing the new Assassin's Creed Origins this week. We're probably gonna be adding some extra streams in because my school's still on strike, so I don't have school. Woohoo!
Strike.
Yeah, no, I'm so mad because I'm still paying for tuition. But anyway,
The school is on strike.
So yeah, no, but tomorrow we have creative, and then
Damn.
sometime this week we're gonna be playing Assassin's Creed. So come on in for a grand old time. Anyways, that's it.
And fuck Connor. He's an affiliate. So,
Yeah, it doesn't count.
I'm kidding.
Caroline!
You know, so because my other PC, when we have to do Neon Scream, because we're missing a character, the name on it is Affiliate Suck, which was to fuck with you the one day, Connor. And earlier this week when we did Team Tuesday for my Twitch team, somebody left the call and it just pops in Affiliate Suck. And I was like, oh, the joke. No, this is a joke. Oh, fuck. Shit. Fuck.
Oh,
Connor,
no.
Connor, where can they find you?
He's like, you can't find me anywhere. I'm dead.
You can find him at the
Buried.
job center because he's an affiliate.
Actually,
By the way,
Twitch.tv
to find my voice pretty much
/Zobal.
everywhere on Twitch now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I was going to say something about how I'm always the one that gets bullied every Wednesday. But
How is that
Don't-
even possible? Like we're both affiliates. Like this is like.
Connor's the
Well, I-
only affiliate on a Wednesday. Imagine that.
I shit
We
talk
really,
you
we
as
really
well,
go
Kara, I
hard
just
on a
don't tell you.
Wednesday.
Whoa!
I'm kidding.
It's fucking true. The shit he tells
Listen,
me is
it's Brad. It's
insane.
Brad, dude. Blame Brad. For real. Honestly, just blame Brad
Yeah,
because
it's me.
Brad,
I bring
has,
that bar down.
Brad has corrupted me and
I have-
destroyed me as a human being. So
I'm trying to corrupt Frisk. My aim is to have Frisk say something utterly heinous online one day.
mate, she's already gone.
No, not her character through which she has subconsciously already become.
She is channeling
Okay.
some weird.
No,
Chaotic
Frisk,
evil.
Frisk is already fucking gone. That's what I'm saying.
No, I
Live from ConnorCon.
Oh,
It's the Willy Boys.
It's the Willy
Oh my-
Boys.
It's the coitus boy.
But yeah, you guys can find me twitch.tv/ConnorCronus. I've got like
Let us
6
talk.
games I'm playing right now. I have AC Origins, I have South Park Fractured Butthole,
So good.
Evil Within 2,
I love that game.
Cuphead, Shadow of War, Destiny 2.
Not good. Not good.
Someone's trying to get me to play Warframe, but I've never played it apart from like for 3 days. And
if you like to punch the shit out of shit, do it.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm
I can
literally.
punch shit out of shit in Destiny. It's
No,
fine.
no. I'm building
No,
a
you
character
don't.
that is One Punch Man. I'm not kidding you. He's One
Oh,
Punch.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
actually so much
I
fun to
played
play
a theme
with.
song and I beat the shit out of people in one punch.
Jay, if you have not played Rhino yet, do it.
Oh, I
right
have. Oh yeah, Rhino's my main. Oh yeah.
now. Oh well, then. Fuck am I talking about?
Go follow Connor.
I'm also the affiliate on Dustvale, and everyone hates me.
The
Yet
affiliates.
I play as Gamil, who, if you guys don't know, was from Storm King's Thunder. So the dwarven is back.
The dwarf is back.
The true dwarf. Not the
Arguably-
southern cowboy dwarf, the actual
The
true.
OG.
Arguably the best character in and best voice actor in Dustvale gets shit on all the time.
Because we're
Brad-
jealous. It's because we're
Brad's
jealous.
fault.
It's
It's
jelly,
Brad's fault,
yeah.
to be honest.
It's the jelly.
Tis the green-eyed
honestly-
monster that doth mock the meat it feeds. There you go.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Shakespeare, hello, you uncultured barbarian, you
Yeah,
savage.
sorry.
Hi, it's me. I'm
Uncultured
Zobot.
swine.
Haha, 12 by the way. That's all I got.
13
Thanks
to
for
me.
watching, everyone. We'll see you
All
guys.
right, then.
May 13th.
Okay. Bye.
Live from ConnorCon. Good night.
Oh my god.
It's really big.
My asshole!
Oh.